And welcome back to tonight's episode. So, picking up where we left off, Vox Machina having to find and collect the artifacts known as the vestiges of divergence to prepare themselves for battle against the Chroma Conclave, a group of extremely dangerous ancient chromatic dragons who are wreaking havoc through the Tal'Dorei countryside, and get vengeance for the loss of Vex and Vax's father in the past. Or, sorry, mother. The father's still around and kind of a dick.
Yeah.
It's been a long week. However, you guys have making your way into the Feywild in search of a specific item known as Fenthras, a bow of which Vex has been sort of keeping an eye on this whole time.
Totally.
Just like that. we're all having Gen Con plague, a residual here. They've made their way through a number of strange, dangerous, and awkward encounters in the Feywild, including an encounter with their father, I meant to say earlier, in Singworm, which is currently hiding out in the Feywild until they're prepared for battle against Thordak the Cinder King. You went through the Moonbrush and parlayed between pixies and werewolves. You pushed past the Gilded Run, a series of enchanted, dangerous rivers that keep the Shademirk Bog in check from spreading across the land with its corruption. And you stepped into the Shademirk Bog, its strange, sludgy, black, corrupt interior, stumbling upon what appears to be a small hovel built out of a tree trunk. The gnomes making their way towards via Vex's broom caught a partial glimpse of the creature that lived within. A door was suddenly opened, and upon floating back, the broom was robbed of its magical enchantment temporarily. The party regathered and are now deciding what to do here in the depths of the Shademirk Bog. So, as the gnomes have returned, your broom has seemingly been proven to still function.
Don't say seemingly.
Why?
Don't
It's
say
fun.
seemingly.
It's fun.
We confirmed.
Yeah.
What would you guys like to do?
All right. So that place over there, the hut,
Yeah.
I think it was not a good idea to go over there. I think it's one of the things that what's-his-fuck warned
really?
us about. Yes.
The hag, right?
I don't know. I wasn't really paying
Yeah,
attention
you know,
to
he
it.
warned us
I'm
about...
feeling the hag. Is anybody else feeling the hag?
said
I'm
something about a
not
hut.
feeling the hag.
How do you
feeling
mean?
the hag?
Yeah, how do you mean
Had enough
feeling?
hag.
Well, not feeling the hag, but I think we should have
The hut of Wodonna.
Yeah, that's
Hut of
probably
Wodonna,
Wodonna.
Right.
misread.
It could be.
So why don't we go around the hut? Is that possible? Is Gormili gone?
Vermillion left you guys.
Oh, yeah.
He wouldn't even enter the forest with you.
However, she is aware of our presence now, isn't she?
So, we're big and scary. She's a
don't
little
think-
old lady.
What's the terrain like around this this hut?
The forest of the Shademirk Bog is a very, very thickly wooded swamp with thick trunk trees and almost weeping willow type sagging canopies, but the entirety of each piece of brush here is coated and seemingly seeping this kind of black, sticky, tar-like ichor that just kind of pools and seeps into the ground. So even traversing this territory has been a slow, arduous process. There is a small clearing around where this kind of tree trunk hovel is currently located, and the tree itself does not appear to match the surrounding trees that kind of embody most of this forest terrain.
Does it look possible to skirt around it from where we are?
You could skirt around it, most definitely, yeah. It's just something you saw in the distance and went and inspected. You could avoid it entirely.
And we do have a direction to move.
Yeah, we know that this is not where the bow is.
Yes, it was on Garmili's list of things to avoid.
But maybe she could help us.
I
in a
know,
way.
it's so terrible. I want to explore everything here because
I wonder if she knows the other hags that
It's
we've
like,
encountered.
it's
Forsythia.
like
I don't think
that
they have a club.
urge when you're standing at the edge of a cliff, like part of your body wants to jump a
Yeah.
little bit. I kind of
kind of like when I dove into the river.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
like
so you
that.
guys did kind of jump, and it didn't feel good, right?
Right, true.
Devil's advocate.
So,
What if she's lonely? And two, what if she's not the hag and she knows where the hag is?
one, I'm certain she is lonely, and two, she's probably the hag.
She's
She's definitely probably the hag.
We've kind of already had this conversation before we went and poked a badger with those floating instruments. I mean, we really don't need to do every
No,
single
we don't. We
thing.
really don't.
I'm just saying.
And I have
you're
bad
profiling,
history
that's all.
with hags, and
Yes,
I would like I
you
don't
do.
want to skip this fucking place.
I'm okay with that. I honestly I could use a bit of sleep at some point. I think moving in the correct direction, getting a bit of sleep somewhere safe.
And we've been dosy-toeing the whole time we've been having this conversation.
I'm
Definitely.
working on that as well.
I feel like we're trying to talk ourselves out of this.
I think we need to not go towards the hut.
Okay,
there
we'll
was-
not
if-
go
the
towards
scariness.
if there was a time to not be us, this is the
probably
moment.
now.
I
Right
take out the javelin of lightning.
No!
Oh, no!
You have a javelin of lightning?
He does.
In fact, have it
Why
that
have you
way.
never used
What are you
the
doing, Rob?
javelin of
He
lightning?
has one time.
And I'll just
Don't.
make sure that it's clean. I put it back.
Okay.
Let's just sneakily go off and just not pay any more attention to this
Okay.
charming little tree.
I feel like we've done enough damage for one day.
Yeah, we gotta at least come back this way, so you know.
This is true.
Alrighty. You
Go
guys.
Maybe-
around
maybe-
stealthily.
Stealthily walk away from the hut.
Do we still have Pass
And-
Without a Trace?
Do we still have Pass Without a Trace going, or do I need? No, it
Traveled
dropped.
quite a
It
while,
dropped
yeah.
because we fought something, so I would need to cast it again, which I do. Cast again. Pass Without a Trace.
Thank you.
Maybe dust of
Bless
tracelessness
you.
behind us, so the hag doesn't feel tempted to maybe follow in our
Don't tell
footsteps.
me what to do, devil woman. I take out the dust of tracelessness. It looks good, I put it back.
Hog, please, flower girl, please.
Javelin or dust of tracelessness, they go together. If I do one, I do the other.
You're terrible.
I need a little danger
That's
in my
terrible.
life.
I promise you, we are going to kill something.
There's a
very soon.
giant
Soon!
werewolf
We just killed a crocodile
following us.
plant. We just killed a crocodile plant.
It's true.
Seriously, we just fought
You were
something.
inside his gut. You have to remember
Just
I
did
didn't
that.
really hit it that much. It was very unsatisfying.
Let's walk away. Can we? I want to stealth.
All right, everyone make stealth check.
Okay.
All right, new D20.
D20?
New D20.
Oh, high hopes.
Did you say pass without
Pass without a trace. I cast pass without a trace.
That's weird.
That's a dick move.
That's
That
just
is
weird.
a
Did you get a 20? Did you get a 20 on it?
He got a 19 and I got a 3.
Oh,
Kind of.
that's just
Pretty
not
funny.
cool.
That's
That's
actually
one better than before.
Yeah.
Are these new
It's a
oval dice?
step in the right
They
direction.
are.
Switched, yeah.
New dice.
There's no excuse now.
All right, so
I think it's just a curse on you,
Stealth.
Marusha.
25.
25. Vax?
Did we use the dust of tracelessness?
No, we use pass without a
No.
trace though, so add
Well, I
10.
will settle for a 27.
Okay, with a plus 10?
No,
No.
we use?
Pass without a
Pass
trace.
without a
How's
trace.
that trace was used?
I just. Oh,
You said
all right.
dust
Dust of
37.
tracelessness. A lot of traces going on. It's fine. Plus 10, so 37.
36.
36.
20.
35.
30.
All right, and Mike.
Weak.
All right,
Yeah.
natural 3. So you guys make your way around the outskirts of this kind of open glade area, scooting by. As you begin to separate, finally getting to a point where the direction you're trying to head, where you noticed seemingly all the liquid that's seeping from like the actual movement, momentum of the horrible black material is like pushing slowly outward from apparently some center place. You follow that slow flow best you can. As you begin to pull away, you hear a slight creak sound in the distance.
No. Can we see if the door
Hide.
shut?
I hide.
Did the door shut?
Perception check.
Yeah, perception.
25.
You look back over your shoulder, notice the door just and closes.
Fuck.
Okay. No, that's.
As it closes, there's a sudden
Out here.
flash of wind, and there's a flicker in Pike's form as all of a sudden she,
No!
guys, and her divine form vanishes in place. Apparently sent back to the source of where she projected her essence.
She didn't
That
get
is
like
never
stolen
not
or
settled
something
him.
away.
Not to your knowledge, it's similar to the previous times that she's been able to keep her form there for you.
Okay.
Especially between planes. You imagine it's been rather difficult for her to even be here for the
Maybe
time
the
she
hag cast a spell the way she did on the broom.
Or maybe things just got strange.
Poor reception.
Something I said.
I love you, Pike.
Something is.
Definitely something you said.
All right.
Can we see the hag moving inside the hut through the window?
You make a perception
Inside?
check as you're glancing that way.
I look for Ukarai while she's doing it.
God,
Perception.
Seriously?
14.
14. You see movement on the inside, but no actual physical bead on an entity. You just see the light being broken in the window.
Okay, so she's
A
still in the
gigantic
That's good.
11.
You've yet to break
yeah.
single digits with
You barely notice anything beyond the trees. You have to remind yourself, oh, there's a house there. But
We'll pay off and we'll come back around, right?
Always That sounds accurate.
yeah.
Who are these people? Like,
Keyleth, what direction was the big scary blight on the land?
Northeast?
Northwest.
Northwest? Northwest.
So we head that direction.
This direction.
All right.
This direction.
Following Keyleth's lead, you guys begin to slowly make your way through this bog, and
Keep an eye out for anything moving.
everything is slowly moving in its own right. This kind of
easy there, Tiger.
sliding of awful
Anything
liquid.
seemingly aggressive.
Understood.
Don't shoot any trees.
As you kind of push further northward, you guys are having. You have a sneeze?
It went away.
Okay, good. You get the sensation. It's not even a sensation. The rest of the party, aside from you, you guys are getting knee deep in this liquid now. It's to the point where you're having to take one step, lurch it out of the liquid onto another, and you're having to go out of your way to kind of hug the edges of trees where the roots themselves are kind of protruding to give you some sort of foothold as opposed to getting stuck in this bog. You, Scanlan, are having a particularly rough time trying to walk on your own because with your light form, it's a lot of strength to even pull your little feet out of this tar-like substance. So
Pimps a lot. You wanna?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Can I pick him up? And it's black stuff, right?
yeah.
Can I smell the black stuff on him?
Yeah, you go. I mean, it permeates the area, but it's particularly strong at his feet and lower extremities. It's almost went up to his upper thighs. It smells like a combination of wet blacktop, sulfur, and compost decay.
Yeah, in the summer.
Yeah, like hot
I know
Florida
that
compost.
exact
Yeah,
acrid smell.
yeah, it's delightful.
Drakkar.
You smell terrible.
Sorry.
That's a lot coming from Grog.
That is true.
How about you, I would put you on my shoulder, but how about you, sit on my shoulder like straps back there and just hang out in the back?
Sit on your shoulder
Yeah,
straps.
don't put your feet near my face. Hang out on the back of me.
All right. Thank you for the lift.
No worries.
It's good you can keep an eye out for the hag following behind us.
That's good.
Yeah.
Wait, am I like being Yoda carried right now?
Sort of the
Yes.
I'm flipping and climbing vines and shit.
Oh, man. That makes me
Sleeveless
want,
white
a
tee,
Scanlan backpack real bad.
Okay.
Anyway, continue.
As you guys push on forward, Keyleth guiding the direction, you're the only one who moves without an issue. Are you tracking ahead of the party, or are you staying with them?
I am tracking a little bit ahead of the party.
All right. You travel for about another hour or so forward, and you, just being naturally alert as you are, notice some shift of movement that is more sudden than the slow sway of some of the various branches and boughs of the nearby trees. A little bit in the direction you're traveling and to the left.
What did it look like? Just movement.
It moves again, and you see what appears to be some almost large rock-like figure that's shifting. And the more you take a moment to focus, it looks like a humanoid-type creature hunched over, facing away from you.
Can I point everybody around, keeping a wide berth?
Okay.
I'd lead the way.
Percy, look through your eyesight. Look through your little scope and see what you see.
Try and scope it.
Okay, make a perception check with advantage.
Yes. 16.
Oh,
Okay. You you take a moment and kind of train on this movement, and you now see there are two figures that are facing each other, and they themselves are covered in this horrible liquid, and you recognize the form a little bit. They're humanoid, but they have long, exaggerated jaws, very long forearm limbs, tall, straggly black hair, long pointed hook nose, and they're both eating something that's partially stuck in this bog. These are trolls. These are two large trolls that are currently in the process of eating some sort of creature.
Have trolls.
Very quiet.
You've had a piece of troll in your bag for a while.
Oh yeah, troll dick.
So we've killed them before. That's good to know.
Yeah, but they're huge.
Trolls are pretty big.
They were.
How big are they?
Like, I'd say, even with the hunch, 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
10 feet tall.
Maybe go around.
Sure,
What do you think?
We could kill them quite easily.
Yep.
Well, there's two of them that we see.
That we see.
They're pretty
Imposing.
stupid, aren't they?
Wait, didn't Tiberius turn into a lady troll?
That was a thing, yes.
That happened.
To be fair, also everything in the Feywild has been more sensitive and defensive and more intelligent.
They could be smarter.
They could be smart trolls.
They could be like hag trolls, which is just terrifying.
And they're eating something that's stuck.
Which could be us very
which could
soon.
be
We
us
need to
very
keep
us.
moving.
Keep
The longer we stand still, the more stuck we
You hear
become.
this in the distance, and you now, looking through your scope, you see one of them has looked up from its eating, its mouth covered in all sorts of like shiny, fresh liquid, and it kind of glances past. Its eyes are white against yellow eyes, so it has this very kind of flashlight across the cat's face type gleam across the eyeballs, and they kind of
Can we all see this?
yeah, you guys can see, since you've all made note of these creatures in the distance, it kind of just
Why don't we back it up slow, France?
Well, how about we don't move it like at all right now?
kind of turns around, says something to the other one. They both like grab a big chunk of whatever they're eating, jam it in their mouth, and then dive down into the muck.
Oh shit!
Can we get up in the tree?
If you'd like to try and climb.
Can we try to climb the trees?
climb a tree.
To what end? Then we're just gonna sit here forever?
Well,
For
no,
a
then we can
minute.
go from tree branch to tree branch. Are they tightly enough connected that we can travel on the top of the trees?
It possibly might require some jumping.
I am a backpack right now.
I'm gonna get on the broom and fly up.
Okay. So, you fly up. You.
After
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check if you don't mind.
I'm
Max.
not scared of trolls.
18.
Could you be, please?
Yeah. It takes you a minute, but you manage to get up to the tree. You come up into the trees. Do you break the canopy or do you just stop up with the branches?
I wanted to. Yeah, sure.
Okay. As you're climbing up, your sister actually goes past where the branches, leaves, and the top of the trees end. Before you can really kind of speak out to question, she disappears. You, Vex, come shooting up off the top out, and you can see now before you the Shademirk in its entirety kind of wrapping around the base of the mountain. This kind of comes up into two sharp peaks, like horns on some sort of a large debased devil, but it's just a formless rock mold that comes up into those two peaks. Looking around you, you can see the trees are very, very dense and heavily packed together, and what immediately catches your eye is about 2 or 3 miles ahead, right towards where the base of the mountain seems to sink into the Shademirk. There is one very, very large tree that stands above the rest of them.
Why didn't I go above the canopy before?
Is it to the northwest?
It is what would be considered to the northwest of you. The rest of the Shademirk kind of, continues this relative, 20, 30-foot tall canopy. This tree probably goes up a good 100-plus feet, and the branches string outward and have large strands and vines just dangling from them. This is a massive example of local flora and fauna.
Wow. Okay, I say, I see the tree! And I come back down into the canopy.
Okay.
Can I come down and grab Keyleth and lift her up into the tree too?
Sure.
Ooh.
How high are the lowest branches?
The lowest branches are about 7 feet up.
You want to lift?
I'm just a passenger. I'm on you. If you're not going up, I'm staying on you.
Yeah, I'm not going.
You're not gonna go up in the
We're
tree?
gonna-
You think my giant ass is gonna jump frolic fucky fuck from branch to branch to the treetops like some kind of Acrobat?
I don't know.
No. No.
We're standing our muck.
Well, okay. Is what we're trying to do figure out a way to not have to walk in the muck?
Yeah, I think
So
so.
you're
Like, I
good.
feel like the trolls are gonna, like, somewhere near us.
Can I put my back against a tree?
Yeah.
A large tree.
Yeah. The nearest tree, the one that Vax actually climbed up, is one that's closest to you guys, and it's close enough where you can just take a 5-foot step and back up into it.
I'm back here. I'm back here. I'm back here. I'm back here.
You're against the tree.
I turn around. The trees talk.
That's me. Don't back up into
I
a
spin
tree.
around again. And I
I'm back here. I'm still back here. I'm still back here.
While that's going on, can I fly down and get Percy out of the muck and bring him up into the tree?
Sure.
I'm going to chime in over the earring and say somebody could turn Grog into a marmoset or something to
That's what I
work
was
for
gonna
the
say.
circumstances.
Oh, shit.
I can always polymorph you for a moment, Grog.
I might be down with being some kind of monkey.
You want to be a monkey?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of monkey?
A gorilla.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And I turn Grog into a gorilla.
And with that, Grog's already pretty large form just grows smaller and hairier.
Whoa!
Nimble
You're like,
as shit.
what the fuck?
You-
I
you
should
look-
get Scanlan.
You look down at yourself and kind of
Yeah.
marveling at your hands, which haven't changed too much other than just the placement of the fingers and thumbs. You already have pretty big, strong hands. But you also pull up one of your feet from the muck, and you can see the additional appendage that you now have and the kind of prehensile toes.
Get in the tree.
I don't see
Get in
much
the-
strain.
get in the
change.
tree.
I'm not
No.
sure. It
Tree.
would.
No,
Please.
Grog.
Oh, damn.
He also has the mind.
Yeah,
Seriously?
yeah.
Which might be more intelligent than what he was before.
Actually, let's
just
take
throwing
a
that
look.
out there.
Oh, shit.
Let's have a look at what the.
Gorilla skip.
Let's see. Let's pull up the monster manual here and see exactly what we're working with.
Gorillas are pretty
Yeah, you
fucking
do
smart.
have one, don't you?
I think
they'd be smarter than Grog.
I do, but I don't have it in my little.
They can learn sign language. They have, like, an entire...
Bull.
Yeah.
Bloat.
Strong Jaws kitten.
Oh.
All right, we'll go with the stats for an 8 because that's what's here and available. Intelligence of 6, so you are as intelligent as you are.
But I do this with my foot.
Looks good on you, Grog.
I'm gonna be.
No, you can't talk.
Oh, shit. Scanlan, do you... Grog's back still, or do you want to come up in the tree?
Oh,
You
you'll
wanna
be
be
like
on
a
the-
little silverback baby.
Can I go down and grab Scanlan and put him on the broom with me?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honestly, I can't even tell the difference.
That still translates, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I know the twins are good on flying
Yeah, I'll stay down here as
for
bait.
the most part.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know. How long ago did you bust out my wings for me, DM? Under 24 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been on 24 hours, so unfortunately
No
your
wings
wings
for
are not
you.
available.
Well, but you can walk unhindered, right? You can walk fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can someone borrow your broom?
Again, yes.
Again?
That worked really well last time. Totally.
Give
Somebody
it to your
can.
brother. He's trustworthy, right? Right?
He had the
Right,
carpet before, so
That's
maybe not so much.
Well.
But the whole point was for the trolls to not have us on the ground for the trolls. But
oh right, that's true.
can we just try to travel amongst the trees?
Let's see what happens.
Stick to the plan.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use a B shape, and I'm gonna go into an eagle form.
Okay, giant eagle. All right, beast shape is taken. Gorillified. You have Scanlan up on your broom.
Yes.
Max and Percy, are you just traveling through the canopy,
Shit.
or are you carrying somebody, Keyleth?
Do you want to carry
I can
Scanlan?
carry Scanlan.
Okay.
How thick are the trees here?
I feel like we could.
They range anywhere from between 5
It's
feet
such
wide.
a hard time when I flew up the other day. Such a hard time.
Yeah.
And everyone's just floating up, easy as pie.
To be fair, I've been flying a lot longer than you have, Vax.
True. And your wings are much larger than hers were.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've got a skinny little broom, so I'm not flapping any wings.
I'm skinnier than your broom.
Yes, well.
Let's do it.
All right.
I guess I can take one of you. on the broom with me.
Take him. I'll be fine. I have a.
Do you want to hop on here since you have no flight?
Oh, push on climbing. Nice.
All right.
Brother.
All right, I fly over to Scanlan.
No, but I will anyway.
I'm with you now?
All right, he's on the broom with me.
All right, so the twins are on the broom. They go. Grog, you just have a field day leaping through those branches and just coasting through, keeping an eye as best you can at the guiding broom above the actual tree canopy. You go ahead and grab Scanlan as well and follow suit. As soon as you break up as well, you can see the large tree in the distance. Percy, doing the best you can to kind of keep an eye on Grog, or at least listen to guard. You drink your potion of climbing and begin leaping off and kind of like ninja scattering your way through the higher branches of the trees as well.
Anime shit.
Oh yeah.
So if I can go ahead and get Grog and Percy to go ahead and make 3 successive athletics checks, if you could.
With advantage?
This would be for you.
What's the modifier for King of the Apes?
I'll give you advantage on this just because you're an ape. So go for it.
Athletics or acrobatics?
For the purposes of climbing and then grabbing, I would say this is more of an athletics check. This is like upper body strength and...
Not parkouring through the treetops.
So 20, 12 plus 8.
16.
Alrighty.
Oh.
21.
24.
Alrighty. Last one.
That's great. 23.
Natural 20.
Both 50. Yeah!
Alrighty. To your surprise, the potion energy kind of surges through your body. Even with the relatively slick surface that a lot of these branches and trees have, you have an innate ability to point out which ones are the strongest, easiest to grab a hold, and just keeping that momentum going in the semblance of a parkour-like leap and grab type circumstances, you may manage to move through almost with the grace of the gorilla ahead of you. You lose sight a few times, the better part of the next 40 minutes or so to eventually make your way closer and closer to the tree where the shadow, the shade of it against the permanently dusk sun now begins to creep over the place you are in the forest. You've now entered a shaded nightfall by the actual tree's location and placement. The lower below you is pitch black at this point, other than a little bit of light that filters in from nearby lit areas of the forest.
There's also a punk band warming up.
Never ends. There we go. You guys make your way towards, are you going straight for the tree? Are you?
Okay. Do we want to go straight for the tree now? Do we want to like rest up before?
I think we want to observe it and rest up.
Like watch it, like
Do a
see
scout?
what's going on with it before
Yeah.
we just go straight to
We
it.
don't have the mansion, right?
We have the
do.
mansion.
We have the mansion.
How many hours since we've slept last?
I'd say it's probably been surmising 6 to 7.
At least it's been
we
it's
can-
been since the river.
So we can
Yeah.
So we can at least do some we can get closer and do some recon.
Yeah.
Let's do recon. Let's observe it for the next 6 to 10 hours and then rest up in the
It's a
shack.
long time. All right.
I go ahead and I take off with Scanlan and do kind of a high aerial loop around the tree.
Alrighty.
Oh, geez, around the tree, around it?
Just over the top, really high, really high.
I want to like
getting
kind of
nice-
perch on a top of a tree nearby and kind of see it from a little
Watch.
I want to see if I can find the source of the bog muck.
Okay. You both make a perception check from being up in that tree.
Oh wait. The tree. Oh.
I think. Do I have an
Oh,
advantage because I'm an eagle?
Well, it would be
Up
if you're
above the
looking.
tree. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't eagles have like advantage or something like
8.
that? I do have advantage.
Just cause.
Okay.
Eagle eyes.
That's not bad. Eagle eyes. 27.
27. As you on the outside of this gargantuan tree, you can see there are a number of places where the branches meet and where elements of the bark are slightly split, and there is just a slow, perpetual flow of this black tar-like substance. And you've seen it in smaller scales in this actual forest. It's like the entirety of the landscape is kind of creating this, but the bulk of it, whether it be the source of the general corruption or at least is the largest central location of its source, there are a number of places throughout this tree where it's just seeping out like sap.
sap. Like bleeding out Oil.
Like
Of the
even the
actual
top
tree.
of the tree and stuff.
Like evil maple syrup.
Evil maple syrup, yeah.
Sounds tasty. Can
Like Ghostbusters.
we see any kind of movement, any kind of things moving around the tree?
You don't see anything moving around the tree at the moment, other than just the gentle swaying of a little bit of wind hits the sides of it, and portions of its long, hundreds and hundreds of hanging vines just kind of slowly get moved and tangled by the windfall. If you want to make a perception check as well.
Okay. That would be.
Okay.
I got a natural 20.
Ah,
Using luck.
Great. So the two twins up there on the broom, as you kind of glance on the other side, you both can see the branches themselves occasionally will and curl up, almost like an arm recoiling, and then relax slowly back out again, like a stretching arm that has been still for too long.
I think the tree is alive and not in a normal plant sort of way.
They are.
Yeah.
You also notice some of the vines that are kind of wrapped and around and curled around these branches as well will occasionally recoil and pull in and shift and move up. It's like there's a whole ecosystem based around numerous forms of plant life that cause this thing to almost act like a giant organism.
Fuck, I do not want to get close to that thing.
Intimidating.
I'm gonna rest my chin on my sister's shoulder and just stare for a minute and say, but you know, that bow is going to be really cool.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. Worth it.
Still on my back scan, then you want to get closer?
I'm using my 8 perception. It's just a normal tree, guys. Nothing out of the ordinary, no movement, nothing. It's safe.
Thanks, Cameron. Your eyes. Your eyes.
Can I check myself for parasites?
And you find a number of them, actually. They're delicious. The two of you that are below the tree line, you don't get a grand view above. It's too hard to see, but if you guys make your way close to the actual base of the tree.
No. What?
No,
The base of the
no,
fucking
no.
tree? No fucking way.
I'm
Don't
going
do
to get
that.
close enough to at least make out some detail.
And I'll do kind of a tighter loop around it.
Okay.
See if I can get any more details.
All right. Percy, you get pretty close to even get a view because of the density of the trees, the closer you get to this. So you guys are going to have to get probably within the next 20, 30 feet to get a view of the exterior of the large tree.
No, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, can we see him walking towards it?
No, you have no view of them this high up in the canopy. They're below the tree line. Percy, as you get closer, you begin to notice that the actual roots of the tree almost come 10 feet up before they merge with the outside of the tree itself. There's a number of...
Is it a solid trunk or is it like a combined trunk? Is it?
It's a solid trunk in most of its places, but there are of vines that wrap around it and curl and create these giant tight nets, almost like a rat king of tails across certain portions of its exterior near the base, and where some of the roots join with the central tree trunk.
I'm going to back off and try and find a place to I'm going to scan the ground to find a place to put a door for a mansion.
Okay.
Safe.
Okay, I mean, there are a number of areas that are somewhat clear on the ground, but there is no... All the landscape is coated with this molasses-type material. Even the bits that aren't submerged and are relatively shallow, there is still that substance all across it.
Doing a tighter loop
Right.
to the tree, see if I can get any more details that we haven't already seen.
Okay. Keeping your eyes out as best you can as you loop around a second time, you get closer. No real change in what you're able to observe. You have a higher detailed look at it, but once again, you see a number of these like vine clusters around some of these branches. You see elements where the bark tends to split and is healed over and is split again and just spills out more of this black filth.
Okay.
You aren't able to make out any sort of other details about its surface.
I fly back with the others.
Okay.
Percy,
Yes.
are you on the ground?
I'm close to it.
Do you see any sort of animal life around the tree?
Nothing. No.
The only thing I've seen is actual branches moving like arms. I think the tree's alive.
If I were animal life, I would live beneath the surface.
Like the trolls.
Like the trolls. I think there's quite possibly things that live in the muck. Probably not on top of it.
Do you guys think maybe we should get in the mansion and have a nice little chat, figure out what the fuck we're gonna do?
Sure. Sounds good to me.
How do I not
Yeah?
become a gorilla anymore?
Yeah. We want to be at full strength,
It's up to me.
willy-nilly.
I look at Keyleth and I go,
She doesn't see you because she's way above the trees, and you're just kind of down in the forest as a gorilla going. You're not on the ground. You're up in the actual tree top.
While we still have a, I'll phone down to Vex and Vax and Percy and say, while we still have a giant eagle, is there any point to me and Kiki scanning back to where those trolls were and just making sure they're following us or anything?
No, although if you find a log approximately 2 feet thick, I could certainly use that.
A log?
A log about 2 feet thick.
About how long though?
Doesn't matter.
You want to fly down? We fly down and I take the broom and try to find a log.
Yeah, you're in control.
All right.
All right, so the two of you can I make a perception check.
Yeah.
17.
That's interesting. I got
15.
Okay.
What a lackluster, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It takes you guys the better part of an hour to finally find a piece of abandoned, dead tree husk to which you'll be able to carve a piece that matches the description of what Percy's requesting.
Right.
It requires some cleaning. It is very thick with the actual tar, but you do manage to bring it back to him. A little larger than what you wanted, but it can be carved down.
I've got a thought. So
I dropped
try
Grog's polymorph and my eagle form.
No!
I don't. After I've landed.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
there you go. You were back to your regular Grog self.
my pants are down as my hand was behind my bottom, just contemplating.
All right, and in that brief moment, all of a sudden some of your senses come to you. Not much else has changed other than your physicality, but
Hi, guys.
Hi, Grog.
Oh, I think a little bit actually got out, buddy. Sorry.
Gross! Come on.
I didn't, don't worry.
So foul.
all right. So you've all managed to reconvene a little ways off from the base of this large tree.
Okay.
What do you wish to do?
Should we
Mention it all.
Yeah?
I think I could use some sleep, and I've got a little thing to work on for a moment.
What are you doing with this log, Percival? What is this for?
Is this what we were talking about last
Swamp
time?
shoes. I
Swamp
think some
shoes.
swamp shoes might not be a terrible idea.
I can help you with that.
Thank you. Swamp shoes.
So you can walk like me?
Yes, I mean not quickly. It won't help you walk quickly. It's not necessarily the most stealthy thing on earth, but you won't drop 2 feet into the muck every time you take a step.
I got
That's
a
good.
question. Should one of us, that can turn into things, go in the muck?
Maybe.
I feel like, is it bad? Like, do we get any kind of bad vibe, bad energy back?
Other than it being
Like, does it-
Roll an insight check.
The muck is unhappy to be there.
That mud looked at me the wrong way.
No, but I mean, what if it makes us sad to be around it?
It does make us sad to be there.
19.
19.
Those are some nice wear, and you're probably gonna have to get a new pair when all this is over.
No.
It stinks. It's sticky. The monk itself is probably not very nice conversationalist.
Yeah.
It doesn't also, from what you can tell, appear to be sentient or give you any sort of bad vibe that you can pick up.
Okay.
I'm looking at it.
I mean, I'll
It is
go in and
I can go.
Thank
If
you.
you want. That sounds fun.
What are you going to turn into?
Earth elemental,
Something
yeah.
that burrows. Oh well, I guess I could have. I technically taken a short rest, correct?
Not yet, no.
We haven't yet.
So we're gonna
In
do
the
this
time I
now.
was chilling.
Yes.
Okay, well I'll take a short rest.
Let's take a long rest. I mean, let's.
Well, no.
No, if
Well,
we
no, I
take a-
just want to take a short rest.
Short
just
rest
five-
is about a half an hour or so.
Yeah, just in the time
half
I
an hour
was
to an
set.
hour.
and then I'm gonna turn into an earth elemental, and I'm gonna swan dive.
Wait.
No, it's swan dive.
We'll get to that. Because as you take your short rest and begin sitting the ground or bow of the trees.
Moving.
I thought we were in the mansion.
No, mansion hasn't been cast yet. So as you're resting here amongst the treetops,
We're in the treetops.
yeah, the branches begin to sag ever so slowly,
Shit.
and particularly Keyleth and Percy, actually Grog as well, you begin to feel the branches slowly almost trying to push you off from them, like you start
I
to
say
slide
something?
forward.
I think.
Oh no.
No, we didn't say anything.
Did I
I
offend him?
You're so lovely, even though you're covered in this black stuff.
Yeah,
I can
you're-
tell that you have really good personalities.
You've clearly been moisturizing.
You really don't think that?
All the branches begin to slowly
Shit.
sag down,
I push off.
and you
We're
guys
flying,
all begin
we're
to
hovering.
slide down.
I'm going to
in front
try
of
and
the
make a
Yeah.
jump for another tree.
Yeah, I do the same.
branch. Okay, make a.
I will too.
What about you, Grog?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
This is a horrifying.
All right, I'll try.
10.
My potion is worn off, hasn't it?
At this point in time, how long did it last?
1 hour.
Yeah, it was a little worn off.
I frenzy rage last time.
Disadvantage.
You're dead, sir.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it.
Oh my god, you rolled 19 twice in a row.
No, 19 and a 16.
Oh, okay.
Or 24.
Okay, so you leap on another tree branch and stand there for a
I got
second.
a 23.
You also leap after and actually land next to Grog, and you both are like,
Hey, buddy.
Hey, bro.
what'd you get, Percy?
7.
Oh no.
10.
Oh no.
Reach and leap for the branch, but you're a good 1.5 feet, 2 feet short, and as your fingers catch
Percy,
the edge,
catch
you
me!
slick, and both of you go plummeting about 15 feet to the ground. All right, you both suffer 4 points of falling damage as you catch yourself and jamming your ankles a little bit. There's a sploosh of liquid as you impact in the lower kind of patch. It goes partway up your calf, almost to your knee, as you kind of hit, and you have to kind of wiggle to
What
try and
dimension
pull your
now?
feet up.
Okay.
Can we drop the endless rope down and say, hey, grab on,
Yeah.
and try to yank him up into the tree?
Okay, you guys take the rope and you begin to pull yourself up. You feel your branch begin to slowly.
Oh, I was on the broom.
You're still on the broom this whole time?
I've been on the broom, yeah. I don't want to stand on anything.
All right, then you manage to get the rope down. You guys grab onto the rope and you pull them ever so slowly out of the muck. It's a lot of weight. I need you to make a strength check.
Can I tie the rope off on a branch?
It won't hold.
Can I help?
Sure,
behind
sure,
it.
we can do that. You don't need a strength check to tie the rope off. We'll just take it. You guys managed to pull yourself at least out of the muck. However, you're gonna climb up the rope to try and get back in the branches.
I'm just going to hold
We
on.
just need to get in the fucking mansion.
We just need to get in the mansion.
Can we have the
I thought we
mansion?
were, okay, I'll do the mansion. I'll do the mansion.
Well, I mean, we can still come in and out of the mansion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, we
That's
can.
It's
true.
not
Yeah.
like it's, you know.
All right.
I will cast the mansion. I will sing a song to conjure it. I will sing, Home, home on the range, where the trees are acting real strange, where chickens are pecked, Vex shoots me in the neck, and the hot tub is killed with grenades.
Well done.
Don't make me laugh that hard.
All right. With that, Scanlan,
Bless you.
after leaping onto the next branch, you create the doorway into the mansion up in the trees. You guys all slowly eventually climb back up and get to where the entrance is, and each member of Vox Machina currently present leap into the mansion to safety, where it's seemingly much more clean, though you are dragging clumps of this liquid into the main carpet.
Fine.
I command my servants to wipe our feet. And,
Wait. I'm sure you want to, like, test the gunk.
Yeah,
right,
we should,
Percy?
like,
go out and
Is it
test it.
flammable? Is it poisonous? Is it acidic?
we
I
should
take
test
my
the-
fire hands and I see if I can light the gunk on fire.
Okay. As you bring it near, the gunk does not burn. You see one little, as a bubble kind of bursts, and there is a little burst of kind of sulfurous flame, but it burns away in an instant. The actual liquid itself does not catch.
Okay. There's another question. I start taking a rest.
All right.
Should one of us lick it?
Sure.
Grog,
Yeah. I take a pinky smear. Like
Give it to Mikey. He'll try anything.
like a droplet, right?
Yeah.
I stick my tongue out. I touched it to my tongue.
It resembles, and it's only familiar to you because you've tried this before. It's like tasting the filthiest copper coin you've ever held in a pocket before.
Oh.
It has that kind of metallic residue to it, but also this kind of griminess where it's probably been devoured and digested by a number of creatures before it found its way.
I detect a note of digestive tract.
Yeah, it is not pleasant by any means.
Do you feel evil more than usual?
I raise my hand. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, give me a little bit to it. I don't really know what I can tell you, but I'll take a look at it.
Well, hold out your hand then.
Thank you. Take that. I need that tree as well. Let's take that down to. Want to help me with this before your nap or after?
I'm gonna. I don't know. After.
Start on it, and then you can help finish.
All right. So you guys begin.
I'm gonna go work for a little bit.
Okay. What the rest are you doing?
I'm going to hobble past Vex and say, I think that broom is not as well suited for men. I think you might have done Gurn a favor. Just taken a very long spin class. I sort of tenderly walk past.
Well, I have a seat. Sorry, I didn't think about it.
Oh, dear.
So Vax goes to rest his bruised arch.
Been
Rest of you guys. You're making those.
I'm gonna make swamp shoes.
Okay, that's gonna take you a number.
They're very simple.
They're simple, but
yes, I
but
have
if
to
you're
make
making
a
a
lot
pair for most everybody here.
And I'm going to be enlisting her help. It's literally just
Help 'em as
thin
soon as they come
slices.
back.
I'm not making them super. I'm
I'm
slicing.
craft to the shit out of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna have her. I'm showing
I'm
her
gonna
some.
come out of the door with
But-
you.
That's
keep
pretty
an eye
much
on
what
it.
I'm doing other than sleeping.
Okay. Go ahead and make 4 tinkering checks.
I'm gonna inspire him once with an inspirational quote. You have to look through the rain to see the rainbow.
I gotta leave. I
So I have to. I
that,
might have to take a -10 now
can't
for
be
that.
here when
Like
that
like that.
happens.
Like actually removes
Hey.
-10.
Hey,
Never
pal.
a
be
fortune
here when that
cookie. Where'd you
happens.
get that?
Hey, pal. Life is what happens when you're making other plans. If plan A doesn't work, there's still 25 letters left in the alphabet.
Oh, wow.
God.
That's 3 inspirations.
This is
you've just given.
borderline
burn that
Lisa
page.
Frank quotes here. This is.
Kill him!
Can I remove that extra 2 from your charisma? Just wanna, like, wipe it out.
Yeah, all that reading finally goes to shit.
It was my footprints you
It's
saw.
proficiency bonus plus proficiency plus dex. That's
Yes,
right.
go for it.
All right.
I was carrying you all along.
Hate you. I hate everything you stand for. Oh, this is nice. This is that's
Remember, you don't have to use the inspiration dice if you don't want to.
it's 2 26s.
Okay.
I'm keeping the inspiration dice, and let's see, it's and 2 19s.
Alrighty. Yeah, you guys take the better part of the next hour to make some loosely functional swamp shoes. They'll get you a short distance.
They're not pretty.
going to last you time.
Rope
but yeah.
and ropewood.
Yeah. All right. So you finish your short rest.
I really want to swan dive into the
I
mud.
feel like, Keyleth, a swan dive is maybe not the best idea because I feel like it'll make a lot of noise. Maybe
If I tighten my
quiet-
abs and keep my feet together, it shouldn't make much noise at
I've been
all.
watching a lot of Olympics.
I have been watching a lot of Olympics.
I come back in with a big bag of ice.
And 2 spirits trying to hold it for you.
I'm
A
gonna
long rest or just a short?
short rest right now so Keyleth can go into the
I'm going
muck.
for the full long rest after my.
I'm gonna
crafting.
go outside with her and just hover on the broom,
As I'm
keep an eye.
I'm going out as well, and I'm just sort of shuffling in place and moving.
Do you want to
on.
hang out on the broom with me?
Oh yes, that would be better.
But that-
Yes.
All right, so the 2 of you on the broom. Grog, what are you doing?
I'm going into the kitchen with the Titan stone knuckles, and I'm gonna start hitting things.
Wow, Grog's getting aggressive.
Okay.
Well, I want to see if I can upgrade knuckles, so I'm gonna start using them all.
Oh, smart.
I have a training basement, but okay,
This
sure.
is close to it.
As you-
And there's food.
yeah, you guys make your way to the front doors. In the distance, you hear a series of dull thuds, bangs, cracks, and various sounds as Grog begins to just punch his way through the entirety of your mansion's
You
kitchen.
want to check on that?
Seems like it's normal.
All right.
Flip your bench.
You thought you'd never see a fully dominated spiritual servant look nervous, yet at this moment you have about 17 of them all just going. You just tear through the vicinity.
Yeah.
You're trying your short rest. As you get up, you hear this noise as well as you guys make your way to the front door. You're left to try and finish up this project probably for the next 20 minutes or so while they go ahead and attempt this process. Vax, you're resting up your loins with ice.
No, I mean, I'm going to take my bag of ice and I'm going to sit on the door jamb and watch them go and just see if they need help, but I'll stay here if I can.
All right. All right.
Scanlan, do you want to actually sit on my lap so that you don't have to suffer through the indignity that Vax just did?
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
All right. As you guys step out, Keyleth.
You tell me a story.
You have to do trading one.
Whatever you want, though.
Keyleth, as you step off of the tree, climb down or just leap down into the mud.
I swan dive.
Okay.
I take a minute to compose myself. And then
Your earth elemental?
gracefully as possible, pull like a Pocahontas, and then turn into the earth elemental as I dive in.
Sail.
Sail!
All right, as you do, your form suddenly ripples and extends out into the form of your elemental body. You slam into the surface and sink down below you guys. You see a slight of the liquid, and it kind of leaves this sort of crater of splash that slowly closes up over with no sign of Keyleth now visible on
I'm
the
gonna
surface.
hand Vax the endless rope and say, I just want to drop that down to the muck so that she can get out if she needs it. Maybe.
Yeah, I go and I tie
Like
one
fish
end of
for
it
her?
to the heaviest piece of furniture I can find in the foyer.
All right. The heavy furniture per se, but there are a series of large marble pillars that are load-bearing within the interior, and that's probably your best bet. So you go ahead and wrap the rope around that.
Yep, I'll use the swirly whirly knot.
Great. The one that Pike taught you from her sailing days.
Yeah.
Great. All right. So you
I start to earth glide, breaststroking through the mud, the water under the swamp to the tree.
I mean,
To the tree, you're going to the
it's
tree.
only
I'm
about this thick.
heading towards it a little. You know?
Swimming through the tar itself is a slowing process, even as an earth elemental. Earth gliding would mean going subterranean to where the actual physical earth and soil is what you can traverse through. The tar is not natural compared to elemental form, so you'd have to go beneath the actual bogs.
How much further down is it?
I'd say it's
hit
probably anywhere from 3 to 5 feet, depending on certain thickness, to get past how much of it is seeped into the ground.
Okay, then I go down.
Okay. You go down, and you have to get lower the closer you get to it as the actual seep, the actual depth in which this substance seems to have penetrated the dirt gets lower and lower.
Okay.
You begin to move through as you glide into the darkness.
Yeah, we should have definitely tied that rope to her before she
Yeah, before she went in.
absolutely.
You begin to...
Can I want to use my trimmer sense too to just like be aware?
Yeah, every now and then you feel a twitch, a large twitch in the ground, and you kind of shoulder charge into what seems to be a large root that is dug into the ground. And you start finding little pockets here and there beneath these roots of that awful tar-like substance that had just been pushed into the ground, like these little kind of tar geodes, if you will. You start feeling around and finding these large roots that are just a heavy network of chaos beneath the tree. You're now under the tree, probably a good 25, 30 feet below it.
If I reach out and kind of touch one of the roots, like just run my hand along it, what happens?
You're my hero.
You run your hand along the root. It's stiff. The surface of the bark itself is a little rough at the touch. Yeah.
Sorry. I just love that word.
Dick joke.
Okay, I move back
It's my favorite word.
a little bit, kind of getting away from the tree.
Okay. You glide backward, away from that large root that you had run in.
Do I sense any type of creatures living under here? Or
Not within your vicinity, no.
any movements? Nothing crazy?
Just the occasional, shift. Like a very faint movement that's rather sudden in certain areas near
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way back to the mansion.
Okay.
It was good. It was
You
good.
earth glide back up. You guys, after waiting a few minutes, suddenly emerging from the bottom of the bog, you see Keyleth's now covered in black tar-like material, elemental form emerge.
Look like the Swamp Thing? Do I look like a Swamp Thing? That's cool.
Are you okay? Oh, right. Cool.
And then
She talks. It sounds like a slow-moving rock slide.
Do you speak rock?
That was, it was very poetic.
Yeah.
I kind of make my way up and drop Earth Elemental form.
Okay, so you drop the form. Much of the muck just kind of drops off of where the form once was. A little bit still clinging to the bottom of your robes, but mostly clean.
Yeah, I think it's good. I didn't really see much or learn much more.
Any
No.
creatures around?
No creatures.
Did the muck
I'm-
try to eat you?
The muck did not try to eat me. It's not as deep as I would have thought, actually. It's only about 3 feet or so deep. I do believe that the tree is living, though. I think that its roots were kind of twitching and moving
But you
around
felt
me.
the roots. It's not an illusion. It's a real tree.
It is a real tree.
Okay.
The roots were very turgid.
What a good word.
Ooh.
Someone taught that to me
So
earlier.
I feel like a terrible person now. Thank you. It's just a great word. That's all.
All right. So with her return,
Do you want to go, maybe?
Yeah, I guess we should go in and see what's going on and what's cooking in the kitchen.
Hey.
you guys rush into the kitchen and looking around, you can see now every cabinet's pulled off of its hinges and shattered in half. What was a central stone island is now just a pile of smashed granite. Every single possible breakable utensil, platter.
Don't forget the holes in the wall.
Oh, it is just ruin. You see every servant is now on the ground trying to scoop things up, and as soon as they get a handful to go ahead and set somewhere, it's just slapped out of their hand. Hug fist.
What are you doing? This is our kitchen and we need to eat dinner here.
I'm trying to activate these, and they require pain. Ah!
With that, what was once a large black cauldron that was used in soup and other sort of base-like liquids is now a large, heavy is now on the inside in the shape of a fist, and it's half as useful.
Do I notice
Grog.
any difference in the goblet?
Make a perception check.
Ooh.
At disadvantage?
It's
Because
because
you're
you haven't
super
tested yet.
tired.
One less. 10.
No difference whatsoever.
Maybe I need to hit people with this.
I start backing away slow.
I walk in at this point, and I'm just looking for some chicken.
I also walk in.
Oh, you're not an earth elemental anymore.
Are you
Too
remodeling?
bad.
I didn't intend to, but Grog has forgotten that I have a whole training ground downstairs that he could have used.
Grog.
Do you... Grog, if you need to hit someone, I can give you a few of the servants.
Would you?
Sure, I've got like 100 of them.
How
You
many?
guys don't mind, do
Do they
you?
feel pain?
They all turn to you and kind of go,
How many can I have?
You can have a dozen. Baker's dozen.
I go into the next room
Dozen bakers.
with the
Go,
dozen
go
servants.
downstairs, Grog.
What if a change happens? Don't you want to be there?
All right.
Scanlan, does your house if Grog breaks it? You know, if it goes away, it poops and it comes back. Is all his damage there, or does it fix
Please.
itself up?
Grog always leaves this mark.
The damage, I believe, I've never seen damage this bad in our place before, but I believe it will reset. It goes back to normal at the end.
we'll find out.
Normal this.
And we haven't looked at the spa since
I
we
haven't been down
destroyed
to the
it.
spa in a while.
I pick up one of the servants by the head, and I
Oh,
try and crush his head.
no.
Your fingers pass through its spectral form. There's no
Make
actual
yourself grabbable.
I think you have to try harder, Grog.
passes through again.
Fix this. Fix this now. I will break more stuff.
I thought that would work, honestly.
I
Is
punched
Keyleth
a
still
cow
covered in
before.
goop?
You did punch a cow.
I kind of it off.
Do you have any left on
Rob,
you?
Scanlan, he doesn't want you to know this. He told me this the last time we were here. You actually have to do that 33 times before it takes hold, so just keep going.
Oh, yeah.
I'll grab again. I'll grab again. I'll grab again. I'll grab again.
As you keep going, you're not even sure quite what a 33 is, but you just keep going. The servant stands there. It's kind of loosely formless face, other than you can see eyes, a nose, and a mouth, but the features are very plain and translucent. Just stay wide and staring straight at you.
Fine. Bring me a cow.
Oh.
We usually have one cow.
The servant's vanishing. Come back. You hear a familiar ding.
No, I hated it when you punched the cow.
No.
I'm going back to my
It's time to ring this bell.
No.
I'll beat the shit out of the cow.
Oh, that is awful. I leave. I can't watch. I go and look for chicken.
Before you beat this poor senseless cow.
It's a purple, like, ethereal cow.
It's still a cow. It's still a cow.
Alright, do your
Don't.
best.
I'm gonna Rocky Ribs the shit out of this cow.
No.
All right, and as you
Street Fighter it?
just
Yeah.
the bonus round, you take the next half an hour beating the non-living crap out of the spectral cow. Every impact has a sound hit. Does not seem to react in pain as much as just. There's no physical damage seen upon its form.
That's good.
It just
got an
gets
idea.
knocked around.
I've got an idea. I can fix this, Grog. I want you to be a satisfied customer. Let's go downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. I take him downstairs.
All right.
I say, you're gonna punch me and keep punching me as long as you can. All right?
Are you sure?
And I transform into a triceratops.
Awesome. I go downstairs to watch.
Is this my day birth?
Birthday. I mean,
As you hear the growling creature you've never seen before in your life, horns protruding from the front of its bony armored headpiece, its scaled armored body standing before you, massive, snorting, you just start punching the crap out of it.
Yeah.
I'm
Rage puncher.
gonna fight back a little.
A little bit. All right, you guys begin to scrap back and
They do
forth for
move
the
and
next
hurts.
10 minutes. Because it takes 10 minutes of solid punching and missing for Grog to eventually whittle your Triceratops hit points down to 0. However, in the process, you do manage to get a bit gored, suffering a total of 9 points of piercing damage throughout the entirety of this. Just little scrapes and scratches, the occasional puncture wound. But eventually you get one solid crack with the gauntlets across his face, and the Triceratops form shifts back down. Tiny little Scanlan Shorthaul.
Wait. Did it work? Are your gauntlets better or whatever you try to do?
Do I feel anything?
Perception check.
You need to rest so you can perceive things better.
And you roll lower?
I could. There's one number lower.
No seeming change whatsoever. Though no scarring. The good thing about the gauntlets is they're powerful enough where all those impacts doesn't appear to have scratched or dented the surface.
No.
Okay.
You're a little sore. That last hit did carry over a little bit. The form didn't absorb the entirety of the blow, and you did come back with 4 points of bludgeoning damage to your chin. So you got a little bit of blood on the corner of your lip that you can taste, and you're sore on the right side.
Just for fun, while everything's going on, I'm running 2 passive experiments in my lab while I'm working on the shoes.
Sure.
Oh, and I help him finish the
I'm-
shoes by helping Truid craft.
I'm leaving some of the muck on some chicken that I took from the kitchen to see if it has any effect on flesh after a long exposure period.
Okay.
And then I'm stilling some to see if I can even identify anything in there or anything weird.
Okay. All right. So what are you guys doing now?
Being disappointed.
Do you have to roll for that?
Disadvantage.
Natural 20. Dang it, but it really was.
You know what?
Metaphor!
You know what, Grog? You could. It might make you feel better. It might make you feel better if you repaid the favor. I've been meaning to try to upgrade Myth Carver.
Yeah, come get it. Can't get in.
All right, I'm gonna do a stab. I'm gonna sing a note and see if this does anything to Mythcarver. I'll just go, "Ah!" and I'll try to jam it through his arm.
Okay, you hit up a scale of notes, and one note resonates with the blade. And the harmonic resonance kind of causes it ever so slightly as it kind of amplifies the sound. Go ahead and roll on attack.
Oh my god.
18 plus 9.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Not much. 1d8. 3, 6 plus 1. Ooh, 9.
9 points of damage to you, Grog, as the blade just kind of sinks about 4 inches through one of your pectoral muscles.
And I will sing as I withdraw it as well.
You pull it out, and the blade almost vibrates, and as it does, it scatters the blood off of its surface as you withdraw it from the wound.
Do I notice any change in the weapon?
It is bloodless.
Damn it.
No noticeable change.
Nothing?
Nothing.
You're only gonna do it once?
But it hurts you. I don't.
Nah. Do one more, but like angry sing.
All right. All right, one more time. And I'll do some like Sabbathy sort of.
Go for it.
Right.
Take advantage on this one because of your intense singing.
18 plus 9.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh, 15.
Other pectoral muscle now. A matching wound. This one kind of tickles you a little as it goes a little deeper and kind of tickles the outside of a lung.
Oh!
All right, I withdraw. And any change?
You as you withdraw, kind of rings with the pullback. Blood is scattered. Blade is clean. No noticeable change.
All right, forget it.
These things don't work.
I know.
What are you doing wrong?
They suck. I don't know. Wish there was a manual.
Have we looked for instructions?
No.
Writing on the Titan stone knuckles?
There are various carvings on it.
Carvings.
Anything on mine?
There are runes around the base of it. What languages do you know?
Nothing. I know common and gnome.
Yeah, you don't recognize it.
I'm gonna go up to Grog and cast
show it to
Cure
other people.
Yeah, you
Wounds.
could show it to other people.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Okay, go for it. You can roll it up.
Can't read anyway. Worthless.
10 whole points of healing.
Thanks, man.
I also go and cure myself up.
Okay. All
I
right.
have to take a rest.
What else do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna long rest now.
Just eat some chicken.
I'm gonna
gonna-
crack out
Wait,
some
do we have any
mayonnaise,
vague
though.
plan? Will we plan
We
it dawn?
probably should. We plan tomorrow. How about
We'll plan
that
it
tomorrow
dawn.
morning?
Plan it dawn.
I want to go upstairs
Dawn
and just
plan.
open the door and keep an eye out of it for just a little bit and see what I see through the doorway.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, come on! Oh, that would be 15.
15. All right. How much time do you spend out there?
Well, at the door,
Yeah.
like, how much time can I spend and still get a good rest?
Well, I mean, you need an 8-hour rest for a full night's rest. So
Yeah,
it depends
so-
how much time you want to push off until you begin taking your rest.
Oh, right. How about like a couple hours?
Couple hours? Okay. First hour, seemingly no real change. Second hour, go ahead and make another perception check.
17?
17. You do notice a little ways off, some of the tree brush shifts a little bit, and then you see what looks to be a few trees kind of
Disappeared?
seemingly there's now a hole in the canopy where once was straight canopy.
What do you think that is?
I don't know.
Like a giant werewolf, maybe?
A giant werewolf eating an entire tree?
It's not the tree's not missing.
The tree like disappeared?
There is now a hole in the canopy where there was not previously. Seemingly the tree tops that filled that space have
goes
kind of
straight-
moved out of the way.
Oh, I
Or did
bet
they-
something was sitting in the tree maybe and was keeping still. That could be it. Can I look down underneath us and see if the trees are kind of staying put where we are?
Oh,
Yeah, and glancing about, nothing is moving in your vicinity, and the area, the part of the canopy that's not missing, is a pretty large area.
It seems bigger than like a creature would be.
It would probably have been the sudden removal or shift of multiple trees to leave that opening in the canopy.
All right.
Holy moly.
All right.
maybe something has trees on its back.
Whoa, maybe Hag can
like that.
just move her hut magically whenever she wants. Do you think that's possible?
I don't know, maybe.
But the big scary tree, that's staying still.
Was it
Yeah.
coming from that direction?
It's still
Was it
in
coming
its
from
place.
that direction?
Yeah, what direction was it coming from?
Actually, it would be kind of southwest of where you are now. It's
So
not
the direction we came from.
No.
Oh,
no.
wait, no,
Came
we
from
went.
the south.
It was southeast, so it's not directly where you came from. It's still about maybe a quarter mile to a half mile from where you currently are. So it's not like on your path per se.
All right.
I roll some hit dice.
Shit.
Weird.
Well, for a full night's rest, you're fully healed.
I guess I shut the door. That's
Okay.
creepy.
All right, close
I
the
don't know who
door.
I would talk to about that. Can I go find Keyleth? Are you asleep yet?
No, I don't think so. I've been helping Percy with
Yeah,
his
we're
shoes.
in my room.
Okay.
Making shoes.
Oh,
Shoes are finished now.
okay. So you guys
Just,
are together?
just finished making shoes.
Oh, look at those beautiful shoes.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
They might work.
They're not, but thank
They're pretty rough with.
No, those are great. Those
Thank
are really
you.
rustic.
Nice.
Very rustic.
Very,
I'm proud of them, Percy.
I'm proud too, but
These shoes suck.
you're not here.
He did pop in briefly to just to tell
Just
you
say
that.
that.
Those shoes suck.
Close the door.
He did that to everybody's room. Just in
Just in case.
Cover all his bases.
Can I sit
You
down?
were supposed to be a bootmaker. You're just super judgy.
Oh, this is
You
true.
are a boot maker.
You did start
that's very
making your own
true.
boots.
That was
Yeah.
your
You
very
didn't
first.
ask me to make the boots.
Can I sit start playing with the shoes and ask Keyleth, do you know of anything that would cause entire trees to vanish?
How do you mean vanish?
Well, I was staring at the door, and all of a sudden, like around a space of about 3 trees just disappeared.
Like something really large passed in front of it?
No, like they dropped, and there's a hole in the canopy.
Huh.
That's different.
That's
Do you know of
interesting.
anything that would cause that?
In the
Do I know
Feywild.
of anything that would cause that? Can I roll like a nature check? or
Roll a nature
something?
check.
Don't fucking.
Can
don't
I?
fucking
Oh, would we
fail
have heard of
me.
anything about that? And I
Wow, those dice.
don't use them
I don't
anymore.
know who you pissed off.
14.
They're so
14.
nice and maybe just put them on display. Maybe put them in a really pretty glass
No.
case.
Make them work for you. Make them work for you. You paid for that shit.
Turn them into jewelry.
I mean, there are a number of things that could have done it, whether it be, lumbering. People chopping down trees takes them down. Creatures that are large and push over trees. Trees that are dying and rotting and eventually fall over on their own.
Did it look like they dropped down though, or did it look like they dropped over?
It's hard to know from this perspective. You just saw them kind of fall out of the canopy.
Okay.
So you're not sure if it was at an angle or straight down or what.
That could be so many things.
Yeah.
Like they're being
hard to
dipped
say.
in the-
At this point, can I tell anything about the muck from just boiling it into separate components and trying to just see what's in there? I'm assuming it's probably just death paste. It's just rot.
It looks to be just congealed, decayed matter. It does not have any properties that you can tell on like a chemical level, at least, that stand out. Other than this,
But it is decayed matter.
It is various types of decayed matter, organic.
And the tree is producing it.
So it is like oil.
Well, here's my question.
It's producing a lot of it too. Way more than it should.
What do trees need to live?
Grass.
Sunlight and water.
Sunlight and water.
And a little bit of minerals and dirt.
Where's the sunlight?
Not there.
Why is then the trees alive?
Well, we're also in the Feywild.
Right. They might not need the same
Got to
thing.
Might
eat
not need the
something.
same thing.
This is what it's producing, and it's got to eat something.
Maybe it eats living creatures.
Maybe it eats
So
things,
first
trees.
of all, would you imagine that the science of the Feywild, what that phrase means, would it be the same as our own world?
No.
Maybe it follows different rules.
It probably does, but at the same time, you don't get something from nothing. And life needs things to live.
That's so poetic.
It's you don't get life from nothing.
And we did see those branches moving like actual limbs on a being, as opposed to branches on a tree.
Well, I mean, nothing here has really been natural.
It could be like a Venus flytrap.
It's just a hypothesis, but what if the tree is carnivorous? Or omnivorous?
I think that's a very viable option.
So you think maybe it was the tree that ate those big other group of trees?
It's
Possibly.
very big.
It's a cannibal tree?
It might be a cannibal tree.
It's eating its own kind.
I mean, the Sphinx did say that the bow was the hard answer's tree. I think if we're not expecting to not fight the tree, we're stupid.
Does Fenthras mean anything? Fenthras doesn't mean anything,
I
right?
am the wrong one.
Fenthras, is that Elven?
Fenthras is Elven, and
name,
there is no direct translation to it per se, but its name has hints, or at least basic ancient Elven words for protector and growth.
Interesting.
Protector and growth.
Why don't we poison the tree?
How do you poison a poisoned tree?
I know.
Give it sunlight.
Sunlight is definitely something you should put in your arsenal. Whatever it's not used to being exposed to. I don't think that
Sunlight and water.
I don't think rot
Fresh
is going to be
water.
how we kill this thing. I think it's going to be. It's not going to be like the crocodile.
ABBA music.
No, it seems.
Music.
It needs purifications.
Don't worry, Pike can. Oh.
I also have poison.
Oh, okay.
I think it might just laugh poison off.
Oh,
I don't know.
what about honey?
Honey.
Nothing
You
laughs
have,
honey
Do you
off.
have honey? Can you make honey in your...
Can you make honey
Start
in
the
that
magic
jar?
jug, yeah.
You can make fresh water in that jug, though,
I
can't
got
you?
very little
I got
brain,
honey
don't
for
you?
you.
Maple
How
syrup.
about holy water?
No.
Maybe? I don't know.
I mean, I can make some water if you want to bless it.
That's not what we're hoping for.
I mean, when I was in my earth elemental form, I got up underneath the tree. I mean, I feel like if we needed to, I can get inside of it.
By yourself.
I think that could be a very scary
Let me tell you a tale of two
Yes.
people that went inside a dragon.
Worked out?
Yeah, no, they're still sitting here
Hard
today.
to say. I think that's actually
It's fine.
not much of a cautionary tale, really.
No.
Yeah,
If anything, it's a terrible influence.
Yes. I think that's definitely a thought. I think light. I think electricity.
Well, it's not short on water, that's for sure.
There is water in the. Was there groundwater of some kind?
I mean, it was sludgy enough.
Yes, that's fair.
Was there groundwater?
There were pockets of, or some bit of groundwater in there, but a lot of the dense pockets you found were just like deeply seated pockets of that same sludge-like material that seems to be produced or put out by the nearby roots.
Right.
When you talked to the trees around you, did it seem like they were actually alive, or was it all dead forest that we've been traveling through?
When I communed with nature,
Yeah.
everything was alive everywhere.
How
That's
about
what the rules here haven't really.
Have you been talking to any of these trees around here, right around here?
Yeah.
No, I can.
Maybe
can.
before we sleep, can
we
you
sleep,
talk
I
to
want to-
the nature?
I can.
I'll watch.
Do we have any questions that I might want to figure out before I?
Is
What
the big tree eating you all?
is the?
How can-
Are you friends with the big tree?
How can we cure you?
How can we help?
Cure the tree. Is the tree eating other things? Can we cure the tree?
Is that a tree?
Is that even a
Oh,
tree?
what if the big
Anything
scary thing that
Anything hurt the tree.
Can
Does
any
the tree have a weakness?
Yeah, the weakness.
Yeah.
I'll maybe try and figure out. Okay, all right. I'm gonna go step outside.
Do you want to hang out on the broom so you don't actually
You're
step?
just giving the broom away.
Well, I just don't want anybody to actually stand on a tree for very long.
Just saying.
I have to be connected with the ground, I think.
That's
Tie a rope around her this time.
all right.
Okay. Yeah,
It's
tie a
time.
rope around me. And I jump back in the mud.
You land about close to knee deep in the actual muck below you.
I'm gonna kind of lay back into it.
Oh,
Ooh, like American Beauty?
Sensory deprivation tank style.
Yeah. And as you
I
lay
just,
there,
like,
you slowly
set
sink
things
into
down.
it until you guys just see the outside of Keelan's face emerge, some of her horn crowns sticking out of the muck, A little bit of her chest and her knees, and some of the hands emerging, and the rest of her is submerged entirely in this muck.
Sweet.
Close your eyes and begin reciting the incantation of the spell. You begin to worry as she begins to sink further in, and as she finishes the incantation, she stops sinking, and it brings her back to the surface halfway, and it kind of keeps her at this balance point there.
We're just like staring out the door down at her, like.
Holding a rope. Your consciousness kind of extends all the nearby, and it's a rush because there is just a life all around you. The life itself is dark, it's twisted, but it is living. What do you wish to ask of the nearby life essence?
Okay. Can I figure out what is feeding the tree, what the tree is, if the tree is consuming things around it? What is fueling the tree?
The response?
I sense a lot coming out from the tree, that's clear. Can I sense an energy going in toward
The question is, what is feeding the tree? You have to ask a question.
what is fueling the tree? Yes.
Sondur.
Sandor.
Oh, we aren't listening to this. But I'm saying it right now.
Sondor.
I love having a character who can't read. Not the right shit.
Sondor.
Sondur is the only response you get.
What is the tree's weakness?
Guva. Shamanaka.
Dairy.
You get no response. It seems like the question doesn't take hold in the connection. There is no answer to that question. It doesn't consume the question asked.
Remember,
as
if it was an
incantation.
actual tree, if it's an actual tree.
Tree. Has it been eating you?
Who is Sondor? That's yeah.
He's one
You
of
have
the
to relate to the
Choctaws.
area, terrain, bodies of water, actual information
okay.
about individuals. The living essence of the force would not probably know that.
Then can I ask the living fauna around me if this tree is sucking its life force from them? Is the tree in the middle hurting the plants all around? Like, for example...
The answer is yes. Those are your two questions. You asked one that wasn't effectual, and thus the incantation did not consider it utilized.
Is it a tree?
Is
One more question.
the cancerous tree more than just a tree?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure, that probably. Sure.
Got a name.
And with that, suddenly you feel the incantation break its hold with the nearby life sources. You begin to sink once again into the darkness. You guys pull up as you reach up and grab it, pulling her free from the swamp and carry her back up to the entrance of the mansion.
What did he say?
Sondor.
Sandor.
What do you mean, Sondor?
Sondor. That's
Is that a band? What is it?
Flight of the Sondors.
probably the Sondors.
Is that like a elven word?
Is it an elven word? Have we heard?
Do any recognize the word?
Sondor.
None of you recognize the word, but it does sound like a name with Elvish background or heritage, or at least some sort of ancient Elvish roots to the name structure. It doesn't have specific meaning, but there are names that you've heard of various people of Elven lineage are plays on a similar sound.
Does it sound? I mean, what would those names mean?
Well, I mean, the one that's closest to you is your father's, which is Sealdor.
Right. And he's a dick, so the tree probably is too.
Sandor, Sealdor, they're brothers.
I understand.
Totally.
Isn't that how it works?
That is how it works. Vex and Vax.
That's it.
Yeah.
Percy,
Yes?
you've done a lot of reading on the elven culture. Do you know anything about a Sondor?
I have no idea. idea?
I have no idea. I'm racking my brain and wishing I had access to a library.
Do you have a library here?
Do I?
Well, you can have one apparate within the mansion if you wish.
With books?
Yeah.
Of course I have a library. It's in my personal chambers where I do all of my studying.
Oh,
Keyleth,
so we have to go to your actual bedroom.
It's an entire library.
Only
So
in
it's
the
like
back.
Yeah.
Beauty
Only
and
in
the
the back.
Beast. It's just pornography.
did you ask
Ralph?
if the tree was just one thing?
It didn't appear to be one thing because it was harming the plant life around it. So it's not necessarily all connected, it seems, but it is also definitely not just a tree.
What if we, like, salt the earth?
Well, yeah.
That's an expression.
It's more than an expression. It's legitimately something. Unfortunately, you need salt for that.
Do we have salt?
We
Do you have lots of salt
I have
here in the
lots
mansion,
It's
Scanlan?
all over the floor of the kitchen.
Oh,
I
but
have
Not
we
that
can't
kind
bring
of
it out.
salt.
We can't bring it
Yes.
out.
But
I
did
have
you get a
12
bunch of
gallons of
salt
salt
when
water.
you jumped into the...
Oh no, 12 gallons is enough to kill a tree.
And you did the...
I've heard them say before, they're like, oh, you salted the earth.
That wasn't salt. That was something else, and I used it all to do the cannonball.
So what's our plan? Do we attack this thing with brute force? How do we corrupt the ground? You can turn the ground to stone. Will that help anything?
Ooh.
Right?
What's on the other side of this tree? It's huge. It's 100 feet.
Inside the tree is the bow. I think if we remove the bow, I think if we find the bow inside the tree, then I think this is how it is.
A lot of tree to search. Could be way up. Could be in a branch.
What is the legend at the heart of this tree,
The
though?
heart of this tree. I think we
Like
go
the
into
tree
it.
used to be like
A person.
had its heart broken or something.
Yeah, what if the...
It says, it now acts as the heart to a cancerous tree, corrupting the verdant land.
If I were the heart of a tree, I'd be in the center.
It was a bow that felled the Titans.
I feel like we probably should have done some research on Fenthras before we came out here.
We can go
Does
to
that
my
sound
library.
Like us? I'm
Let's go to your
curious.
library.
I'm
I'm following
curious
you
to
to
see
your
the
library.
library. I just want to see what a giant disaster this is.
You did receive a little information about it from Allura, from her research.
Yes,
The
that's
Cobalt
right, that's
Reserve.
right.
Did you write that down?
Maybe?
Yes.
How about I listen to her hard when she's talking?
Alicia writes down everything. Here's the big
It's
question,
just
though. How
where?
does she find it?
How do I find it exactly? When did we talk to her?
Last time you were in Whitestone, right before you left for the actual Feywild.
Oh man, I don't think I wrote it down. I think I was
Arch-
just listening.
Feywild.
I know that Simon's mom is Elwyn.
There you go. See? Perfect. That was pre-stream.
I know that.
Fenthras. No, that's all I wrote.
You were so excited for
I
a
was
second.
so
You were
excited because I saw
excited.
it written down, but no, I
No.
didn't write. I'm sorry.
You're gonna make me check my notes?
I didn't write it down. Damn it, balls.
Wow.
But I have a real
I know that
good.
there's a hat maker named Deirdre somewhere in the world.
Guys.
Would a really successful history check help Vex remember what the fuck she was told?
Go ahead and make a history check.
Oh, fuck.
Vegemite written down.
I think that's a shopping list.
I think God, I was clearly writing
Shit
incredibly
history.
fast.
Yeah.
Did you roll it?
I was
17 is what I
That's
rolled.
something.
17 is not too bad. And you were
I
giving
have
me...
Archfey Blackheart.
Yes.
Okay, that jogged my memory a little bit. I sort of
There you go.
remember.
He was an
The-
arch. Yes, go ahead.
There was an archfey that existed here that apparently was the holder of Fenthras that was betrayed and his heart became corrupt, became the center of this corruption.
There you go.
So
we
I
can
bet.
assume that the Archfey is probably
Sandor.
Sandor. And he's probably still inside the tree. And he probably is not going to let go of his bow.
What exactly is an archfey?
An archfey, from your knowledge and experience, which you know, they're very powerful fey creatures. Some largely belong to some of the ruling courts within the Feywild, the Seelie, the Unseelie. Some are unaffiliated, but like for instance, in Midsummer Night's Dream, Titania and Oberon would totally be Archfey.
Okay.
Very, very powerful, influential Fey creatures that both have understanding and powers to bend the surrounding Feywild to their will.
And then he must have fought in what was known as the Calamity.
Yes.
Well, the Calamity wasn't against the Titans. The Calamity against those were the final battle of the gods physically on Exandria before the diversions in which they separated from all their creations for good.
Where does Blackheart come from? Why did I write that down?
His
Blackheart.
heart was corrupted. I don't know where you wrote it down.
I wrote down Blackheart.
Maybe
Okay.
it was
Seemed like a thing.
okay.
Seemed important
Sure.
Okay.
because he was corrupted.
So we're
Okay.
fighting an archfey inside a tree.
Okay.
I don't know how to fight the tree, however. Okay.
We're gonna
Maybe
get the
it'd be good to
archfey out
find
of the
out
tree.
why
Get the archfey out of the tree. We have
So
a name.
someone's going.
Maybe
in
we
the
can
tree.
talk to it.
What's his name again? Sorry.
Sondor
Sondor.
was the
Maybe
name
if
you were
we
given.
call out to him, he'll talk to us.
Maybe.
Maybe if we put Shorthalt forward.
You're so charming.
You are so charming.
Yeah, sure.
creatures
And you have so much good advice.
Hey, Sondor.
What if he was
Sondor, why
betrayed by
don't you
something
give
in the Feywild, and we found that thing, whether it was like a comrade or a
Well,
love?
that seems likely, but we have to turn over every stone in La La Land to find it.
Or we have to talk to him and find out, and maybe.
And you can talk to trees.
I can. I can attempt to talk to the tree.
After
can
a rest.
Combo?
Huh?
Scanlan and Keyleth duo to talk to the tree?
What are we asking the tree?
In the morning.
In the
Yeah, but
morning.
what are we? What are we?
We're gonna try to talk to
betrayed it?
Sondor and
Who
say,
betrayed
why are you acting this way?
Yes. How can we help you? How can we fix what's been
Oh no,
broken?
look at his face. He looks. Bad idea.
We're just gonna
No,
be
I'm just enjoying you guys planning and plotting.
We're just gonna
Let's
say,
just brute
hey,
force it like we always
Sondor,
do."
how can we help you?
Yeah. Like, how can we help you? Why are you hurting? Sort
Please
of
give
shit.
us your bow. Yeah.
No. Don't even bring up the bow right now. Let's
Sure.
just try to help him out.
So wait, are we here to cleanse the land? Is that what we're posing as? We're like missionaries?
I mean, if we did cleanse the land, that would be a wonderful
That'd
thing.
be great.
It would be a wonderful thing.
But we're also getting the bow.
The bow is a wonderful thing. I
I'm
have a
just
pretty
wondering what we're
fucking
gonna
cool bow
say.
now. I don't even know if this new one is going to be as cool. You don't even know if Mythcarver does. The Tinestone Knuckles aren't advancing at all. Who knows? Maybe this bow is shit, and the whole point of this is
I think
so
it'll
that we
give
can
you
help
wings
people.
and you'll be able to fly.
Can't we just say that we're obsessed with the 100-foot fucking moving tree in the middle of the Feywild?
Maybe we just think it's really cool.
Yeah, no, we've come to talk to it. Oh shit.
We're fanboys.
Yeah, like we've heard tale, and it's
We
wonderful.
want to know what's up.
Great. That sounds like it's gonna end well.
Well, if he pulls an issue, then we kill it.
Okay.
I'm going to sleep. There's nothing that can be solved right now that cannot be solved over coffee and bacon.
We don't have bacon.
We go to sleep.
Chicken.
Chicken,
I
bacon.
will from chicken.
Chicken skin bacon.
Ooh, that actually sounds really good.
Actually sounds really good.
Tofurkey.
All right.
You guys all taking your long rest?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
All right, you find
Now
your
I'm
way to
gonna
bed.
knock on my sister's door before she falls
Oh
asleep.
shit, I'm
All
really
right.
tired. What's up?
Well, we don't get a lot of time to talk because everything is so fucked up. But you seemed really on edge, more than normal, than when we lived there before. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
But you were right.
Yes? I don't know, It's the weirdest thing, I never realized how much it affected me until we actually were faced with it again. It was good, standing in front of him with everyone else, wasn't it?
He's not a concern for me anymore. I don't think fondly back on it. We have been on our plates, but I do care how he affects you, and there is no question how much it affected you. when Percival made his offer in that room, and I was a little surprised. And I'm not trying to start an argument or anything like that, and I mean, I know why he did it. Of course, and every fairy within 1,000 miles of that room could see how deeply it affected you, and it surprised me. Because, look, if that makes you happy, it is to be embraced. And I'm certainly in support of anything that gives our father heartburn. But I'm sorry, his offer, in your brother's eyes, is a bit like gilding a lily or framing a sunset. You have always been the coolest person I've known ever, and you still are. You're already perfect, at least in your brother's eyes. And I guess I just hope you believe in you as much as I do. Because it's quite a bit.
Thank you. I mean, I can't give back the title. That would be kind
Well,
of
you're a
shit.
counselor now, I understand. That's
Baroness.
what you are.
Baroness. Make sure you say it right.
All right.
Just a little bit cooler than before. Just a little.
Floats your boat, Stubby, but... you know, just don't wuss out on me now.
I won't.
All right? You've always been stronger than me. I need you to keep doing that.
It's all an act, dear.
Bullshit. That's it.
I love you. Thank you.
Obviously, I love you too.
Go get some sleep. Your feathers are all ruffled.
All right.
All right, so as you separate and go find your own ways to go to rest, you guys find your way to your dreams for the evening, getting a full night's rest, HP resolved to full, spells returned, and we're gonna go ahead and take a break. Welcome back, everyone. So we had a quick break. You guys coming to consciousness the next morning, freshly rested. The smell of some cooked chicken in the downstairs area and a little bit of chicken skin bacon.
Cough.
Can I go knock on Percy's door upstairs, just really fast? Percival?
Yes.
Sorry. Good morning. Oh, I forgot you're grumpy when you wake up.
It's all right. Good morning.
Look, Vax came and talked to me last night, and he actually reminded me of something that I want to say to you, which is thank you. Seriously. We haven't really had a moment to say anything, and
No.
really, what you did back in Singhorn was more than I ever expected, and honestly, I don't know of any other time that someone has stuck up for me quite as much outside of Vax. So thank you.
You're welcome. And it's a lovely thing about a title, and I had one to give, is that it's, when used appropriately and properly, it's mostly there to remind you don't really need it.
Right. Question, though,
Yes.
because I sort of realized, being a Baroness of Whitestone, that I literally my fealty and allegiance to you.
Yes.
All right.
Well, technically my sister, but yes.
Okay. Well,
That makes you feel a little better.
thank you, Grandsire Derolo. And if there's anything you ever need in return, all you
Never
have to do
that
is
again.
ask.
That was very weird. No, it was. It was worth it to see the look on his face.
It was quite
It
wonderful.
was quite wonderful. No, and it worked out well because technically speaking, there's only really about 15 foot square that's actually standing that you are technically a baronry over, and at the moment it is currently a shrine to the Raven Queen, so that works out well.
Oh, that's what. So technically, we gave it to Zara, didn't we?
No, she's just fixing it up for us.
Okay, all right.
We did not give it to her. It's not, wasn't mine to give. Just the title.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And it doesn't change anything.
Good, but that would be very strange.
It would. Although I imagine you're eventually going to become very insufferable, but yes.
Only sometimes, dear.
Oh, you have to be, there's a thing, but we'll get to that later. There is a thing. I forgot there is a thing.
Does this have to do with the hunt?
Yeah, that's a thing. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
That's really, it's not important right now. That's if we survive, that would be very important, but right now it's not.
Not a given.
No.
We might die today.
We might.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
I think that's an excellent idea. Let me join you.
Breakfast served in a the central dining table with no platters, no silverware.
Thanks, Grog.
It's a mansion. We're gonna need somewhere else.
The meals are just placed literally on the table.
Bare bones. I like it.
All right, eat up. Let's go.
You finish your
Go
meal.
tree.
You guys have prepared yourselves. What do you do?
We go out into the world, right?
Bum
This-
rush the tree.
I have shoes for everybody.
Oh,
Yes.
those are
Yeah.
terrible shoes.
They're off. Where?
We put the shoes on.
You're
What do
going
they
to
look
wear the
like?
shoes.
Shoes on.
Yeah, well, describe them.
They're swap shoes. They're circular. They're like large circles, and then there's like a base connected to them. The whole thing's held together with ropes.
Kind of like snowshoes, but with more surface area.
I'm only wearing that if it helps.
It does. It will keep you from sinking in the muck. It will allow you to. You have to walk very slowly. You can't walk very quickly. And if things get hairy, you can cut them off. They're just wood and rope. They're not that complicated.
Basically, wood paddles on our feet.
Yes.
Fine.
Move like a giant frog.
Yeah.
We put the giant frog shoes on.
All right, you put them on. You guys exit the mansion.
You said that Deathwalker's ward for necrotic.
Okay.
damage.
Product image is set. Okay. As you guys emerge. Oh,
Wait,
You don't need them though. You're the one person who doesn't.
how long does protection against poison last? Oh, it's only an hour. Okay, so I don't want to cast it yet.
okay.
I do.
I won't take that.
Maybe now we're going straight to the tree, right?
Well, are we still doing our?
Aren't you
We're
gonna
gonna
try to
talk
talk
first.
to it?
yeah.
Talk to it, see what happens, and if everything goes terribly, we just retreat back to the mansion. It's not going anywhere.
Should any of us hide?
I'm going to keep back in the
I
tree
can only
line.
cast it on one person though, Caleb. I'm not as good with spells as you. So if you can do it to like multiple people, it might be.
All right.
Do we have any fancy crystal
Fancy?
balls for Keyleth to crash up and feed us from?
What?
Crystal what?
Oh, like a fancy
The hero,
Heroes Feast?
Yeah.
I don't know if we have.
Never mind.
I don't think
No?
you have one.
I don't think we have one.
Just the
I
red.
don't claim to understand anything.
We'd have to make that decision now while I'm learning my spells at the top of the day.
No.
And it would,
Don't do
We
it.
should have done it last night if we were gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine. We're all gonna die.
We're gonna-
All right.
Man.
How are you guys gonna go
Before they
talk to him? Are
die.
you just like walking?
The tree is just a door that hasn't been made yet. Remember.
Hang
We're
on.
doomed.
Let me make sure here. That is true.
That's an old verb.
Yeah.
That one.
Is it Druish proverb?
It is a Druish proverb.
Thank you.
All right. So, you guys emerge from the mansion.
Yeah. Anyone want to go stealth or anything?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna be all of us presenting
Maybe
ourselves?
we'll go. What? Can a tree see us? I don't know.
Yeah, I
Let's
don't
go
know.
stealth.
All
Why
right.
not? And you guys can go talk.
All right.
Roll stealth checks as you emerge from the mansion up into the boughs of the tree where you left the exit.
You don't think we're like perfectly on this tree's radar and going stealth is like insulting?
I'm kind of wondering
Oh,
if the tree
that's
has
kinda
like
true.
tremor sense.
All right. All right. You
All
know
right,
what?
all right. You're right. You're
You
right.
know
You're
what?
right.
Don't do stealth. I'll present us all as a group.
Okay.
All right.
All right. You emerge. Still the dusk light, you know, that kind of warm purplish orange, perpetual sunset glow in the sky. The tree there remains. You glance out, that little pocket where the trees is filled once more. The trees now stand, the pocket is now done.
That's where the hole was, but it's not a hole anymore.
Make a perception check as you're looking
Oh,
at it.
That's good. 29.
29. About 3/4 of a mile further west from your current location, there is now a different in the canopy, similar size, but even further out that way.
What the fuck? It's further away.
Well, that's good.
Trees fucking move. At least it's further away from us, not closer to us.
Wait, is it the same, like, cap? Maybe it is something big blocking it. It's like an invisible field? I don't know.
So, what's the plan?
We have no plan, so let's just walk right up. Me and Keyleth take tip of the spear, and we just walk right up to the base of the tree.
I'm gonna float on
Alright, so
my broom.
what's the marching order?
Scanlan and
Keyleth at the front.
No.
Who's after them?
I'm in the middle.
Alright, so Grog's up next.
Trinkets behind Grog.
Trinket's behind Grog, alrighty. Percy, Vac, so you guys holding up the rear?
Yes.
And you're in the broom above.
I'm on the broom, yes.
Alright, got it.
I actually think I want to tail Grog.
Okay.
Please,
So-
thank you.
I'll take the rear then.
Okay, so Percy's at the rear. Vax and Trinket are both right behind Grog as you guys push forward. You touch down into the swamp, the actual thickness of the morass, moving forward very slowly with the swamp shoes. Grog, you get 2 steps before they break under your weight.
Good.
We tried.
I take them off.
Okay. But the rest of you, it does help. You are not sinking. Your progress is very slow, slower than it was previously when you were already at half speed, but you aren't breaking the surface of the actual substance. It is sticky, and you have to like pull it forth, and it is tension put on the ropes. But for the most part, most are light of foot, and it's not a huge issue, except for you. Trinket's just up to his elbows, just through the water.
Does he look miserable?
He's not enjoying himself.
Do you want to go in the crystal? Okay.
He just keeps pushing forward.
It's all right. I'm scooching his ears while we walk. It's making it.
Thank you.
You push onward. It's not too far of a distance. It takes you about 10-15 minutes to reach the very base of the tree where you had previously kind of scoped out. The large roots climb up 10-12 feet before merging with the base of this large tree. Maybe at this point you can look at it now. Tall, you thought at the distance. It's roughly 80 to 100 feet in width and probably over 150 to 200 feet tall. It is just a thick,
huge-ass
solid,
tree.
giant tree.
As we approach, I take a little of the muck, and I'm going to draw like a little tree on my forehead, and on Keyleth's forehead as well, if she'll allow
What are
me.
you drawing?
Just like a
Take
little
some-
mud tree on your forehead.
Not a penis at all.
Yeah.
All right.
How is my mud tree?
That's kind of like a dick.
Scanlan!
Don't worry, it's for a good cause.
You step up to the heavy roots there and the mass of vines that are all clustered and matted together. What do you do?
Should we fan out? Just in a line.
Yeah, do we kind of
just a
like
little bit.
branch? Do we just spread out a little
Okay,
bit?
so you guys spread out a little bit.
Are we trying to talk to it first?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah. Talk to it.
I
charming.
I call out to it. Sondor! Sondor, hear us! We are your devotees! We have come to pay homage and respect to you. We follow your ways and your teachings.
And I make myself to look like the tree dick on my forehead.
We wear your mark on our heads to show respect. Please show us your power and grant us your blessings.
Long absence of sound following your statement. A couple of small vines as part of the knotted mess kind of twist tighter and then relax. Does not appear to be any sort of reaction beyond that.
I cast Speak with Plants.
All right.
Just repeat.
Are you waiting for me?
You imbue plants within 30 feet of you with limited sentience and animation, giving them the ability to communicate with you and to follow your simple commands.
Sondor. Can you hear me?
Question 1.
There is no response.
I am Keyleth from the Air Ashari. Druids of... Are you still present?
This low, cracking, creaking sound of heavy wood on wood fall begins to slowly emerge in your head. It just says, I'm here.
We would like to see your heart.
What?
Wow. Straight
Just
to
straight
it.
up, just
Straight
right
to
in.
it. Just go straight for.
There's a
I want to
pause.
spend the night with you.
You hear, and you notice the vines, some are pulling and snapping, while others begin to slowly pull apart. That giant mass of vines that are clustered between two of the large roots that merge the tree begin to untangle and fall free, revealing what looks to be a slowly opening pathway into the tree itself. You now see what looks to be about 4.5 feet tall and about 3 feet wide, a tunnel, like a crack in the bark itself that disappears into darkness deeper.
No.
Me and my fellow companions are coming in.
No, this is just
Coming in?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, how big is it?
I go in first.
Wait, you're going
What?
in?
You're just going in?
Going with
4.5.
Kiki.
You said
I'm going
it's
in.
4.5 feet.
4.5 feet tall and about 3 feet wide.
In.
Well, you're gonna have to practically crawl to get through there,
Not
Grog.
this guy.
You can fit in there.
but you're gonna have to crawl.
Just army crawl.
Can Trinket fit through?
It's gonna be a squeaker.
But
Is he like
Trinket's
Pooh
gonna
Bear?
have to get down like.
You got Pokeballs.
I know, I can just put him in the crystal and then
do that too,
I'll
yeah.
put him in the crystal for now.
Okay, Trinket into slumber.
Want to stay
Well,
outside?
you can do it.
Not normally a.
Turn your shoulder and
Why don't you pour some Crisco out of that magic jug of yours and lube up?
yeah, oil yourself
Winnie
up
the
real
Pooh you
good.
through.
Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is slippery. Butter.
This is Sparta, come on.
Bother.
Going in, I'm going in.
I don't know why he's British though. All right, so marching order. Who's going in first?
Me.
And me
Keyleth,
second.
then Scanlan. Who's going in after them?
I am.
Then me behind him.
Vex,
Then me.
Percy, and then finally, Grog.
Grog.
Right.
The rears this time, Grog.
So,
Here comes the general.
as you begin to make your way into this entrance to the tree,
Oh no, we're so dumb.
the scent catches you as soon as you step 5-10 feet into the darkness.
Smells like fart.
It's metallic, iron-like, sharp, acrid, uninviting. As you step inside and your hand touches the inside of the entranceway, Keyleth, as soon as your fingers make contact with the slick, there's an image that flashes in your head.
Oh god.
The whispers. The whispers.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
Don't hit that.
Watch
the- That was just so
boy.
bad.
Oh boy.
I'll smack his ass.
Ordinarily, I would plug loot here, but
This
it's
is
too
Wait,
tense.
Way too tense to
Too
talk about
tense to
all the
talk
wonderful
about.
things that Loot Crate will send you every month.
Yeah, I'm too nervous to remember the $3 a month discount that you would get by signing up with the
I
loot.
believe that's
Socks and shit.
lootcrate.com/crates.
I can't even
No,
think
it's
about that.
/critical role, and it'll
Crates
take
will
you to
just
the
show you
crates.
everything you can have.
We're not alone.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
There's creatures?
He's watching us.
Sandor?
As you're saying this, your hands following the side, and it opens up again. About 5 feet of walking before this tiny tunnel opens up into an interior chamber.
I hope he's watching. We just crawled in this tree, anus.
Stranus?
He's trying to
I'm Matt.
Yeah.
Sondor. Since you're leading us straight to you.
Nothing.
How about we hit the wall?
No, we're trapped in the tree.
I will time and just say, Sondor, we are Sondorites here to pay homage to you. Please show yourself and make us feel your presence.
Are you guys still entering?
Oh,
Stopped?
Sondor,
Maybe
we're
you're still
walking
outside of the
forward.
tree.
We're walking
No,
forward.
we're
Still
okay.
going in.
So you all eventually make your way into the space.
I look at Scanlan and wipe the tree dick off my forehead.
Okay. It's pitch black in here, by the way. Percy, you see nothing. The rest of you have some semblance of dark vision here, and you can see the interior of here. It is wall-to-wall vines, heavy roots. You are definitely on the inside of the tree, this portion of it, a giant hollow chamber. You can see it kind of lifts up entangled webs of these branches and smaller, long dead trees jutting out with inside, like smaller actual physical trees within the tree. As you all enter, the little bit of light behind you, Grog, begins to shrink. And you look over your shoulder as the entrance you came through slams closed and you're all left in darkness.
We're just stuck in a tree.
Well, he
Smell
puckered
it.
up.
The smell gets stronger and stronger. At that point, as Grog, you kind of pull your way through and you're all standing kind of shoulder to shoulder in this dark space, this one kind of singular sort of tree root that's sticking up in the center in two different places. This thin, reedy voice begins to echo through, sourceless. It says, I know you. The moment you touched my sickness, I knew you. At this moment, small patches of blue fungal clusters begin to in the room. Areas within the vines and the ground just spring to life, and this dull blue glow begins to fill the room with very, very low light. Just make out shapes. You can see a lot of the vines are just slowly shifting around you. The walls are not still. That little bit of movement you'd occasionally catch, it is perpetual inside here, like it's this constant churning mass of living tree. You look up and you can see all the branches come and mat together into this giant kind of conical ceiling, where a number of vines drip down and just hang, hundreds of them. You see the vines are slowly coalescing in the center of this upward kind of pinnacle, slithering one into the next like 1,000 slithering snakes. The voice comes out again. Why do you come here, children of the lost? What purpose brings you to Sondor's madness and pain?
We've come to help you.
The mass in the ceiling separates ever so slightly, and you watch as 2 feet descend from this strange apex. You now see the feet are a full creature, held aloft by connected tendrils of black plant matter, come emanating from the back and shoulders as it slowly descends from the ceiling. A thin, elf-like individual, their body comprised of hundreds of small plants, leaves, and thorns. The only semblance of flesh you see across the face is the nose, the eyes, and the mouth. The rest of it just slowly giving way to a similar nest of plant-like type vines that completely fill the exterior of this room. It slowly touches down, its feet hitting the ground. And as it does, the tendrils all detach and withdraw back into the ceiling, leaving it there, arms to its side, its head down, its face comes up. Its eyes immediately open with this bright yellow glow that kind of bathes you see the form, the edges of all of your allies now even being framed by this light that's just pouring forth from its face.
I bow.
Follow suit.
Sure, I'll bow as well.
You all bow before this creature. You bow? Alright.
I stand as well.
Alright.
You all come here, but one of you is the reason.
He looks straight towards you. The light focuses and narrows from his eyes.
Sweet, broken Vexalia, unwanted daughter, unproven ally, selfish and cruel. You drive those who would call family into danger, and death for your own gain. I understand you.
There's a softness and sadness to the face as he takes one step in your direction.
You are lost without form, without knowing who you are, child. You stand shattered by expectation, presenting an illusion of confidence. Behind it, you never bloodied girl, dagger in hand, body at your feet. You are a killer, run as you may. The tears you cry are not in vain, my sweet. My dear Aria, you can rise above your trembling destiny. I have lived 1,000 years and a day. I have seen many things. I can grant many gifts.
Still pretending to like this fuck.
Nope.
I don't want anything you offer.
You mistake. My intent is not to hurt, but to understand. I see lots of my youth in you. We are not as different as you may think. You have things I do not. Companionship. I have been without for so very long. And the ones I've let in have hurt me so very deeply.
His eyes actually cast away for you a second and he steps back into place. It almost seems to like his confident form withdraws into this almost hanging, sad position.
You've been betrayed.
We all have in some degree, yes.
Is that why you are what you are now?
I don't even remember. I just know that I'm alone and she left me there.
She. Who is she?
Memories have faded. I just want someone to understand me. That's all. Can you understand me?
Some. I understand.
Is there trust in you?
His form steps forward once more, his head tilted, looking at you curiously.
You want to be loved.
I wish a bond, a companion. Won't you embrace me? Embrace your rebirth. I could give you so much.
Thanks, Ollie.
Give you the means to protect them. Your home.
What would you ask in return?
Your heart.
My heart is someone else's. And I pull my bow.
He withdraws a moment. The tendrils whip out again and it's connecting to his back. And he's pulled aloft, back further in.
All I ask is one who knows my pain. What is your answer?
I release the arrow.
One attack.
I'm sorry, I feel so guilty about it.
One attack.
You just wanted a kiss and you shot him.
The dick.
25.
Alright, go ahead and roll damage.
The lonely guy.
16.
No respect for anyone.
16 points of
Yeah.
piercing
Getting
damage.
black diarrhea out of the tree.
Those are the words.
As the arrow hits his form as he's being pulled up, you hear like the air escape, like he had the wind knocked out of him. Yellow eyes blink, blink, and his jaw kind of hangs open there in the low lit darkness. And you watch as more of that black, thick tar just begins to pour from his mouth, splattering and seeping into the floor. His jaw slowly closes.
And I am to be alone.
He reaches his hand up and you watch as these vines reveal and gift to him this large, curved bow that he grasps in his hand. The other vines curl around his body and you see his form begin to build, like his actual body begins to grow as the vines become part of him. His face of flesh disappears behind an exterior of dark and gnarled wood. The voice grows deep as he all of a sudden withdraws into the side of the tree itself and then bursts forth, landing on the ground. Not an elf-like entity, but some sort of gnarled root-like tree creature holding Ventress in one hand.
Was that bad? Should I have not attacked him?
You did
No,
great.
no, he
Hey,
was being.
Your choice is made.
I call out
Become
Trinket.
another memory here and keep me company in oblivion.
God.
The two dead trees quake and begin to lift up from the sides of the tree. Everyone roll initiative.
I feel so
Don't
guilty.
fail me. No, he was a fucking
He
cock.
was terrible.
He was
Was
a cock.
he mean?
No, dude.
We're in the tree. We're in the tree.
Like you said,
What
I
are
don't
you gonna
trust
do?
anyone
Give him
who
a hug
says-
and become possessed
I know,
forever?
like
he's
you and I.
offering terrible things, right?
He was a dick.
Like anyone who tries to act like we didn't make our own choice to come in here.
And for that matter, anybody who says we're not so different, that's usually a sign that's a terrible
that we're
person.
totally
It's
different,
a terrible person. Only terrible
Because
people
we're
say
terrible people.
that. Oh, that's very fair.
Creeping on my sister, fuck him.
Yeah.
I was only not shooting him to be polite.
He said,
No.
All right, so 25 to 20. Anybody?
21.
21.
23.
Nice.
so you know your nose is
Thank you.
Scooch, scooch, scooch.
too much.
All right, and so Vax, Percy, 21 or 20 to 15.
15.
15.
Alrighty.
Got that one hit, and that was all I got. Sorry.
right, and then
14.
14. Okay. Alrighty. So, top of the round, Vax, you have first up. You are currently over here.
Yeah, I can see fuck all through this magical window.
I understand.
So I see where I am in that circle. What are the big clumps of poop?
This right here is part of the root that is kind of growing up in the center, this kind of sort of tree. There are two trees on the side that are shifting, and
Yes.
the actual large, dark-rooted form that is now Sondor is over here on the far side.
All right, boots click. I am hanging back behind. Trinket out
He's out.
still?
Oh,
No?
I haven't brought him out yet. No, I haven't brought him out.
All right, then I'm just leaning out from behind Grog, and I am going to dagger him.
Alrighty, go for it.
And I'm first to attack, so I have advantage.
You do?
Okay, so the first hit is a 26.
6 hits?
Yeah, second is a 26. And the
Hits.
third is a 21.
21, all 3 hit.
Okay, so the first one is sneak attack. This
Yes.
one is the flame tongue. Here it goes. Okay, 1. And here comes the sneak attack.
All the
damage.
sneak attack damage? Percy up
Again?
next, just so you're aware.
So, yeah, 13, 14,
I'm hip.
21, 28, 30 for the first.
30, nice.
7 for the second, and 8 for the third.
Great. All right, you tap in the boots, rush out behind Grog, fling all 3 daggers, all seen a stick into the kind of wood-armored exterior of Sondor's treant form. You see it kind of pulls back a bit from the impact. Damage definitely has been sustained unexpectedly.
Where am I in relation to the party, to my sister?
You are right
to
there,
everyone?
your sister is right there. So you're about 10 feet from her.
I'm gonna just roll forward and just crouch in front of her low to give her a shot, but be in front of her.
Alrighty, there you go. Alright, that finishes your turn. That brings us to Percy.
I'm gonna dart to my to the right. I'm gonna keep about 10 to 15 feet distance away from the exterior wall because that looks creepy as fuck.
Okay.
About there. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull out bad news and I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna try and disarm him.
Okay.
So let's see if that does anything. Natural 20.
Yes!
At least 5 a session.
That loaded die was the best investment we ever made.
It was the best. It was such a wonderful.
Did a
wonderful.
fan give that to you?
A fan gave that to me. Yes,
Alright,
they did.
natural 20.
Natural 20, and that means I don't even burn the grit for it, and that's an arm shot. So strength saving throw against the DC 19.
That is 21. Just maintain.
Okay, so it maintains. I forgot to cast Hex, but god damn it. Yeah, I'll do that later. That's fine. So taking my shot.
Dice times 2.
That went well. It's 19 times 2, that's 38.
38 points of
9,
damage.
40, 41, 3, 40. That's 44 points of damage.
44 points of damage on the critical hit.
Of piercing damage. I'm gonna reload.
Right.
I'm gonna cast Hex.
Okay. The impact manages to hit and part of the wood splinters, not doing as much damage as you'd expect.
That's fine.
But still a nice hit, but the forms seem to resist
Seems
the
to be
impact, yeah.
taking it. That's fine. I'm casting Hex.
All right.
I'm giving him a disadvantage on strength saving throws.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna take another shot at
checks, not saving.
yeah, checks. Excuse me. And I'm gonna take another shot at getting that damn bow out of his hand. So let's see if we can do that. Yeah, 19. So that's 29. That's 32 to hit.
That hits.
He can roll his saving throw.
17. So no, he
drops the bow.
Bow gets dropped.
Oh shit!
Bow's on the ground.
Oh, balls on the ground! Balls on the ground!
And that's
Cooper.
a terrible roll. That's okay. That's 10 points of piercing damage and 2 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
You fire the second shot. Does hit. A little crack of impact. The kind of wood on the exterior splinters a bit, but the necrotic hit does still push through. All right, that finishes your turn. His friend thrust gets blasted off. A finger is actually missing from the impact of the finger. Begins to grow back.
Bow's on the ground.
All right, Grog. Actually, no. Before you're up, we are at count 20.
Count
All right.
20.
What does that mean?
What does
So-
that mean?
Suddenly, the ground kind of quakes for a second. Part of the roots expand, and a cloud of gas begins to fill a small area about that big.
Oh, of course.
I need Scanlan, Keyleth, Vax, and Vex to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that dice?
Specialty.
Yeah, right? Not bad.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
I'm gonna burn a luck. 16.
All right.
15, or 20 total. 20 total.
20 total.
All of you guys managed to just in time catch your breath and keep below the poison fume cloud as it dissipates in the vicinity of you. So you reduce the damage to each of you guys to be 12 points of poison damage to all of you guys.
Damn. That's half.
So 12 points of poison damage to each one of you guys. Now, Grog, it's your turn.
I would like to advance. I would like to range.
Right.
And I would like to advance as far as I can get towards the tree end.
Get right there. You're not quite close enough.
Hey, that's cool. And I'm gonna use the chain of returning with the blood axe. And I'm gonna throw it at the tree.
All right.
Or at Sandor.
Go for it.
That's not great. 20 total.
20 total? Alrighty.
Oh no. We gotta get a new cable. We got a new
Music is
cable for
dying.
you.
No, I have a new iPad coming actually.
Oh, okay.
The budget's having issues, strangely. Which is a shame, because this works really well for this battle.
Connections, yeah.
I don't know, maybe.
Music help!
You try.
Oh, and that got so awkwardly quiet.
Doesn't it?
Oh no, it's all.
Yeah, I don't want to tear it. Alright,
It's
whatever. It's
just-
fine. It's fine.
Sounds weird inside the tree.
Acoustics.
If anyone works for
Acoustics.
Apple and wants to send us all new iPads,
iPhones, iPad Pros.
Preferably in rose gold.
better?
Like my mint.
Better.
Like my
That sounds better.
Working better.
That, yes, much better. Much better.
Yeah.
Alright,
you're
cool.
good.
We're good.
Forget those iPads.
So, Grog,
Time to make a
what was
giant
your attack
circle
roll?
of.
It was a 20 total.
That does just barely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Just okay. 24.
24 points.
Plus 4 points of necrotic damage for 28.
28 points of damage.
Wow.
The axe, with all your heaving might behind it, travels the 10 feet to slam into the chest of Sundry. Reaches up and tries to grab Smash between his hands to hold it there. Go ahead and make your strength hit to pull it back.
So the
18. Which,
Eight. 18, yeah, that works fine. Okay.
it appeared he took damage from the necrotic.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
So he can take necrotic damage.
Apparently he can.
That's
and
good. That's
he took
good.
Good to
But
know.
not as impacting even the necrotic damage as much as you'd hope.
Okay.
And the necrotic
But
damage.
Liam did something. I mean, that Vax did something.
Yeah, you guys have all done damage to him. It was generally lesser than you hoped it would be.
Yeah.
But yours was surprisingly good.
Piercing damage does not.
Well, his just he just critic he just
We haven't found a winner
or
yet.
he
Okay.
just snuck
Sneak
it out.
attack damage.
We haven't found a winner. We've just been hitting him really goddamn hard.
But anyway, so you pull the axe back, grab it from the chain. It's back in your grip. You're fine. You're good to go. Is it a new turn?
That does.
All right. At the end of your turn, he's going to go ahead and burn 2 legendary actions to cast. Oh.
He's like a
Happy
dragon.
Come on. Come on.
All right. I need
I should have just gone evil.
I need everyone, all of you, to make a dexterity saving throw.
Is he?
He is, yes.
I will attempt to counterspell it.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make your d20 plus 6.
I'm gonna go at level 5.
Okay.
At level 5. What do I have? D20 plus 6?
Correct.
What?
24.
20. All right.
Hell yeah.
He goes to create this spell, and suddenly it fizzles in midair, unable to actually have the effect.
Hell yes, Canlin. Hell yeah.
All right, so that finishes that. Ending Grog's turn. The legendary actions return now.
Return?
Yes.
What? We should just use them.
Yeah. It comes back at the beginning of his next round.
Damn it, fuck.
Okay, at the beginning of his round, you watch as his form begins to heal up. The wounds he had taken beginning to heal ever so slightly.
It's his turn now. The bow.
He reaches down and grabs the bow from the ground. You watch as he sinks down into the ground, roots reaching up and grabbing him, and he vanishes in the bottom of the tree.
Yeah. That makes sense. That's what I would do.
He's getting that invisible figurine that he has.
And re-emerges.
Oh, hi. Hi, friend.
Way up in the top of the tree, out of the branches up there, his upper torso extends outward, and he pulls back the bow and begins just unleashing arrows that are forming out of his hand. These like thin, thorn-like arrows are kind of built his viney-like arm, and he pulls back and releases them as they snap as arrows towards you guys. He's going to make a bramble shot attack at you, Grog.
Bramble shot.
That is going to be 21.
Hits.
That hits. All right. So you take 7 plus 14 points of piercing damage, reduced to half. So you take 7 points, plus 4 points of lightning damage.
Lightning.
Yep. Hello.
Hi, Liam.
Hey, you have it.
Peter.
Plus an additional 18 points of piercing damage. Halved to 9.
Wow.
As the arrow hits you and then bursts into a series of jagged, thorny vines that wrap around you. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
That's pretty awesome. We're going to set him on fire. We're going to hit him with light. We're going to hit
I
him
was
with
thinking
things.
fire too.
Lightning.
22.
Has anybody tried electricity
22.
yet?
You feel the bramble vines wrap around you and try and hold you in place, and you just angrily burst out of them. No effect. You are not restrained.
Yes, for once.
You're not grappled.
He's going to go ahead and unleash 2 more arrows, this time towards you, as he's kind of focused now at the...
Both of them at me?
Rejection's a bit.
Yeah, he's not too happy with being rejected, it seems. The first one is 24 to
That
hit.
hits.
Second is a 25 to hit.
Both hit.
All right. So you
I'm
now
gonna die.
take...
No.
You'll be fine. She's dead. She's dead. She's definitely dead.
13 points of damage with 1 lightning. And, that's a lucky roll, 8 points of piercing damage with 1 lightning.
Okay.
There's both arrows, 2 additional arrows, just right inside of you. You can just look down and you see these large, thin, stiletto-like wooden thorns that are just pierced into your armor and cut into your flesh.
Like, is that plus 1 additional lightning damage?
Yeah.
Do you mean? So 14 and 9
Correct.
are the... Okay.
Yep. That's going to end Sondor's turn. The 2 dead trees that you saw quaking in the sides suddenly burst out, the roots becoming legs, and you watch as 2 treants emerge from the sides of the
I
tree.
was joking when I said it.
Large, sort of freed and sentient trees begin stomping forward towards you guys. This one is going to go ahead and rush up to you folks, while this one is going to go right for Percy, which is right in its side there.
This is a tough one.
2 slam attacks against you, Percy.
Ooh, fuck.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And natural 20.
That doesn't hit.
All right.
Natural 20.
That sucked for you. All right, so the first hit you take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. The second hit, 28 points of bludgeoning damage. As the giant tree just whack, and then as soon as you try and get out of the way, the giant fist comes down and slams you right across the neck and shoulders, causing you to take a knee, and you can feel like the muscle pop from some sort of overextension. The giant tree now, you can see its bark contorted in this angry face as it kind of pours some more of that black oil-like liquid out of the corner of its mouth. The other one that's rushed up against the two of you is going to go ahead and take one hit against you, Vex, and two hits against you, Vax. Sorry, only gets 2 slams, one on each. My apologies. The one against you, Vex, is going to be 16.
Oh, it misses.
Hey!
Look out of the way, and actually slams the large root tree to the front of you. The other one goes to Vax, that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Oh yeah. Uncanny dodge.
Okay, so you take 12 plus 6.
Oh, at disadvantage, excuse me, because of the cloak of displacement. It's hitting it.
Rolled an 18 on the second one, so it still hits you. So that effect goes away, but you would take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, reduced to 9 because of your uncanny dodge. All right, that's turn. Now it is Scanlan and Keyleth's turn. What are you guys doing?
Preference?
I'm gonna go for the ants.
I'm gonna go for the big guy.
All right, so you go first then.
All right, I'm gonna go a couple steps to the right, like split the between me and Percy.
Alrighty.
I will cast. I will use the wand of. Well, geez, lightning or fire? Lightning or fire?
Fire.
Wand of fireballs. I'll use three charges.
Fuck yeah.
At the big guy upstairs. Yeah.
Oh.
Pew.
The big guy upstairs.
against-
Santa Claus.
A
The
DC of what
CEO
spell?
of this tree.
15.
He makes a save with a 19. So half damage, but go
half
ahead and
damage,
roll that.
okay.
5 charges.
Yes. I use 3. I get 3 charges and then 2 more is. 5. Yes,
Yeah,
5.
so-
So it's 10d6.
Right.
Okay. 6, 8, 14, 15, 16, 17, 23, 28, 32, 33.
33.
Halved.
Halved that, or 15, or 16 actually. Sorry. 16 points of fire damage as the fireball bursts upward. You can see some of the roots are blown off, and a bit of the upper ceiling kind of collapses and hangs for a second.
Did it look like it actually affected him, the fire?
It looked like it took damage from it, yeah.
It didn't catch fire.
It seemed to catch fire, no. In fact, the kind of decaying liquid that it seems to be spewing out of it is almost
A natural retardant.
yeah, it's preventing any flame from catching on the creature or the vicinity. As the flames slowly go out, the vines begin to reform to close up the ceiling, and you see Sondor is still kind of like gliding through and using them to move along the upper outside of the tree. Is that gonna be the end of your movement? And your
Yeah, I'll use a bonus action. Do I heal or do I inspire? What's more helpful here? I will heal Percy a little bit. I can only heal it. You cast Healing Word at level 1. Bonus action, right?
You can cast at any level you want to as bonus action.
okay.
You didn't actually cast a spell; you used a wand.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well then I'll do it at level 2.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm gonna need today.
What's
D4s?
It's 2d4 plus 5.
Okay, do you roll that or do I?
I do.
Plus 6, because your charisma went up.
Yep.
Ooh, oh, nice. I will sing to him. Let's see if I can do this. Come on, get your Scanlan on. It's Thursday night and it won't be long. Gonna play my flute, play my shawm. It's Thursday night and it won't be long till I get your health up. Get your health up, I got all you need. No, I don't shoot bows, I don't swing swords, but damn, I can sing.
You take that goddamn inspiration.
That was really good.
Time for a supper.
Okay.
So
44 plus 6. 4 plus 6, 10. 10! Ooh!
So 10 hit
10
points.
is better than
The
nothing.
song
That's pretty good.
pushes your healing at a rapid pace. It is so inspiring. All right, Are you staying where you are, Scanlan?
I already moved a little bit.
You moved,
I'm gonna stick right there. Yeah.
You moved 10 feet, so you're stay there? Okay.
Yeah.
Keyleth.
Okay, so these trees that are moving appear to be living trees, more or less.
Appear to be, yeah.
Correct.
From what you can tell.
I'm gonna cast Tree Stride on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go into Fire Elemental form and Flame On.
Oh, shit, girl!
You've done that before?
No, and I don't know if it's really gonna work.
Johnny
so I
Storm?
just wanna... Oh, well, I've done Flame Elemental before, yeah.
We have to, okay, so you're gonna move next to this tree then? Is that what you're gonna do?
Well, I'm casting Tree Stride.
Right, but tree stride, you have the ability to enter a tree. You must use 5 feet of movement to enter a tree.
Right. I'm casting Tree Stride because it's a
Okay.
concentration that lasts a minute.
Right.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to Flame On.
Okay.
This is pretty cool.
If this works.
Where once was Keyleth is now elemental.
I
All
fell
the
over. I
rage
was so impressed.
Of the fire Ashari. And then I'm going to enter inside that tree and right in front of me.
She's going to enter inside.
I'm going to very nicely enter it with its permission and consent.
Okay.
Move, and then I am going to multi-attack.
So you're using this to just stay within the tree
On fire.
while punching it on fire.
Well, and ideally, because as per the rules of Tree Stride, I may use. I instantly know the location of all other trees of the same kind, and as part of my movement, I can pass into any other trees of that choice of
Yep.
that same kind. So I'm going to take this guy on for right now.
Okay, go for it. So make your attack rolls against this tree.
Interesting, Keyleth.
We're doing some crazy shit.
See.
We brought a gun to a tree fight.
Yeah!
Those are pretty good. The first hit. Sorry, I don't know my. I'm trying to find what I add here.
Oh, okay. So the first one is going to be 25,
Yep,
and the second one's going to be 16.
just barely hits.
Fuck yeah! Boom, boom.
Don't
They
forget your,
sent one of yours to the Feywild, you sent one of theirs to the Moor.
don't forget your additional, because even though you're fire elemental, you still get your additional fire
Flame
damage.
hands,
Yeah.
which is an additional d6, correct?
correct.
So I am rolling 2d6 plus 3 twice. So I'll do 4d6. Oh, no, wait. Well, I'll roll 3d6 twice. So first one, not bad. 8 plus 5 is 13. Plus another 3, so 16. 16 for the first one.
16 points of fire damage, alright. Alright, the next one?
The next one is 11 plus 14.
Alright.
And until the creature takes an action to douse the fire, the target takes. Oh, it also anything that if I move within, it immediately takes 1d10 damage whenever I move into its space.
Alright, so go ahead and roll another d10.
9.
Also, if it's a tree, it instantly dies.
The rule.
Well,
That's just what it
you
says.
notice as you tear into its body using the tree stride to kind of open it up, it looks down confused as you pull into it and then just begin pummeling and scraping the inside of its form. As you do so, from the inside, what little bit of kind of fire retardant like, black liquid was somewhat dried or coated on these, not as thick as it was in Sundry. Not only has it caught fire, but the wood here is very, very ready for kindling. And it's vulnerable to fire. Everything in that was doubled. So you just like tear. It watches this tree and it has a flaming elemental in its stomach just like bursting forth in gouts of fire. It begins to crack up the center and parts of it are now bursting into flames and burning in the top.
Holy crap.
It's having a bad day right now.
Keyleth. Serious.
At the end of your turn?
That I am satisfied with, yes.
All right. And in Keyleth's turn, that brings us to Vex. You're up.
Okay. I'm gonna step just a little bit away from the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
It is now a safety hazard.
To the side. I'm just gonna step to the side.
Careful for
There.
falling limbs.
Yeah. I'm gonna Hunter's Mark.
Whoa!
Sandor. Damn it.
As you pull back, it does get an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh.
That is an 18 plus 10, 28.
Well,
Fuck!
So you take 11
A million.
17 points of bludgeoning damage as you rush backward, and the flaming tree just reaches out and strikes you right across the back of the head, almost sending you tumbling to the ground. Giant, dull thud in the back. You feel the headache growing in your skull, but you continue forward.
Okay. Hunter's Mark, Sandor. Sandor?
Sandor, yeah.
Yes,
Sandor. Sandor is in Game of Thrones. Sandor.
Yes.
And then I'm going to attack him with the Sky Sentinel bow.
Go for it.
Okay. 17 on the first one.
Misses.
Natural 20 on the second one. What up? And 19 on the third. Fucking balls, mother bitch.
But the
Okay,
critical
well.
hit. So the damage for the critical hit.
So what do I just double all my dice?
Yeah, double the dice and then add the bonus at the end.
How's the sky bar?
I think this is caramel. Nope, fudge.
oh, you got the fudge
I'm
end.
at the fudge end.
Times 2 is
I mean, it's
30.
inverted.
16 times 2 is 32, yeah? Plus 7, plus 2. 41
41 points of damage.
on the first attack, and then I'll attack him again. Because that was just one.
Right, this guy
Yeah.
said. You didn't double the bonus, right? That was just
Doubled my dice.
shit. Yeah, with the Hunter's Mark. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
slick. All right, go for it.
Okay, so the second one I'm going to attack him through the blazing bowstring.
Go for it.
And that is a 30.
30 hits, yes.
How high is Sandor?
He is roughly 30 feet up.
At the very least, I might try and get him to drop the bow, and then you're going to be the one who has to grab it if things get.
Is 14 plus 8 is 22.
I'm going
22 on the
22
second one.
points of damage. Nice.
And that was with 8 points of fire damage. That matters.
Right,
Is he pressed against the roof of this chamber?
he's getting up towards the roof, yeah.
Towards it, alright.
And as the two arrows kind of shoot to the sides, the one single arrow pierces into the side of his chest and arm where Percy had shot before, and the arrow disappears inside, and you can see the burst of electrical energy causing the one arm that was getting ready to its kind of thorny arrows kind of goes limp for a second, and the second arrow just shoots right at the side of the face and is now protruding from underneath his cheekbone.
And for my movement, can I get on my broom for my movement?
You have to pull the.
I'd have to pull it out.
Have your broom is like kind of, if anything, slung over your shoulder.
Right. Then I'm just gonna, I feel like anywhere I go, it's danger zone in here. I'm gonna try to hide behind that tree in the middle, but I feel like that's a bad idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. so
Just
you're-
where
you're
he,
right
like,
there.
I don't want him to be able to hit me with arrows, if possible.
Right, no worries. All right, at the end of your turn, he's going to use 2 of his legendary actions. A different spell, actually. He begins to, from up there, lift his hand up like this. I need everyone but Grog to make a dexterity saving throw, including the treants.
Including me inside the treants.
I guess I will try to counterspell this as well.
Okay.
Also at level 5. I don't know
Alright.
if that helps.
So go ahead and roll. Plus 6.
Am I writing? Plus 6? 16.
Nope. Sorry. Close. You were 1 off. So, dexterity saving throw. Let's see the treants. Nope. And nope.
17.
29.
Oh,
So, Vax succeeds.
17.
Grog, you don't have to worry about it 'cause you weren't in radius.
16.
Percy?
14.
Oh, am I rolling for...
Yes, you are.
What does this save?
This is dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. 14.
All right, Vax, only you succeed. Suddenly, you feel as if there is a sense of weightlessness or at least you're being drawn at a very intense speed upward in the room. Vax, you manage to reach down and grab one of the roots in the ground and hold yourself there, while the rest of you are thrown, including the treants, at a similar velocity as you would plummet off a cliff, but upward. Up into the ceiling and roof, slamming into the roots. Crack! And then gravity returns to normal, and all of you fall once again, slamming back down onto the ground.
Damn.
Am I immune to that as a fire elemental?
Damn.
You still take bludgeoning damage as an elemental.
Just resistant to it.
How high is the roof and the ground?
It's about, say, 30, 40, 50 feet at the top.
So 100. No, that's just 2 times in a row.
250 drops.
Wow.
That's a total of 24 points of bludgeoning damage to, except for Vax.
I take half damage.
You take half that because.
How much did you say was 22?
Not you, Grog. You are affected by it. Yeah, but the treants also take it.
Bro! Poor guys.
Alrighty.
No problem. No problem.
Then.
Gnarly tree.
Alright, end of Vax's turn, or Vex's turn. Vax, you're up. You watch as all of your friends and the treants come crashing down from the ceiling, slamming. You hear the groans of various people kind of getting up off of root knots in the ground. Your feet come back to you, and it's your go.
So the treants are prone, right?
In fact, for the most part is prone, yes.
Everybody's prone, and that gives me advantage on the attack as well, doesn't it?
Technically, yes. But we'll see.
I'm immune to prone.
All right, so I'm just going to whip down and stab into the treant that's at my feet now.
Alrighty, go for it.
Okay, first attack is a 29.
That definitely hits.
Oh, actually, yeah, 29. Second attack is a 29.
Hits.
And the third attack is a 17.
Hits. All 3 hit.
Okay, so the first one, which is with the Dagger of Venom. I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'm going to use the poison in it. 2, 6 is 8. 21, 28. 28, and the poison DC on that is 15.
No, it does not succeed. Roll the 1.
So the poison is 11 points of poison damage on top of that.
Ready?
Second attack does 7. There's the flame tongue dagger. I don't know if that's going to do anything.
Sorry, how much damage was the first strike again?
Attack does.
Liam, how much was your first attack?
I don't remember now. I can figure it out. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Make sure I got it right.
I mean, it was roughly something.
That's what I was put down to me. Okay, good.
25, right?
Yeah, we're good. We're good. All right, third strike.
Third strike got 8.
8. Got it. Okay. As it's like on the ground, sprawled out, flames still burning off of it, you kind of leap up onto its thigh and come down to some of the open wound that Keyless Fire Elemental's been tearing through, and you just start prying into it with daggers and pulling the bark back, revealing its kind of softer, burning underwood, if you will. You do a sincerely awful amount of damage to it, and it looks like the creature's already in dire straits.
This is one of the treants?
One of the treants, yes.
Okay.
Is that end of your turn?
Quickly looking at Keyleth's flaming eyes and saying, finish it off, and then I'm going to run double speed along the curve of the wall underneath Flying Puck.
This way?
Other way,
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, this way. To the one who's not flaming?
Past Keyleth and the one that I shit out of.
The other way. You were going the right way.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll say get you about there at your movement. Okay.
I go double speed.
All right. Oh yeah, double speed. You'd actually be closer to there if you wanted. All right, that ends your turn. Percy, you're up. Actually, his turn. He's going to use his last legendary action to go ahead and make an attack with Fenthras. As it sees you running past Vax, it goes ahead and takes one arrow shot at you as you're running super fast across the floor.
At disadvantage.
No, because no, you
turns on.
no, you did at the beginning of your turn.
Right.
Good thing too. 19 and a 1.
Oh, shit.
So yeah, it goes to fire, but you're just too quick, and as it releases its spike-like arrow, you hear it go right past you, catching the edge of the cloak and actually going through it, leaving a small hole in the corner, but no impact to you. All right, so now it's your turn.
We're both prone. Does that mean that we're in combat, or can I walk away with it and it doesn't get?
You're both prone. You can walk away without getting an attack opportunity. You just spend half your movement to get up.
All right, I'm spending half my movement to get up, and I'm backing up against the wall.
Okay.
Backing up against the wall. I'm gonna try and I'm not using bad news. I'm gonna use the retort. And I'm gonna try and first thing I'm gonna do is use a bonus action to heal a little bit. That's 9 plus 12, so that's 20. Yeah, that's 21. So minus 21. Just put that there. It's not my turn. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just start shooting to try and get that bow out of his hands one more time.
Okay.
First shot.
This is with retort, right?
Retort.
Yeah.
Same trick, but not nearly as much damage. 16 to hit.
Hits the nearby wood, splinters off one of the vines, sending a shower of broken wood chunks.
Firing again.
Oh, dangerous nerd, do it.
Dangerous nerd.
That's another 16.
Can't quite catch a beat on it. Being a human without dark vision, it's hard to see the low kind of glowing light.
I give off a soft glow.
You do at a distance.
18 to hit?
It misses.
God damn it. Okay. That's my
That's always a
Alrighty.
bummer, man.
Fuck.
End of Percy's turn. That brings us to our next set of layer actions. All right.
damn it. God damn it.
You know.
Suddenly, all the vines and the nearby walls at the inside of the tree whip out and begin grabbing anyone nearby.
Oh, son of
Percy, Scanlan, Keyleth, and Vax. You guys are all of a sudden, the vines try and wrap around you. They pull you back.
Immune to grapple.
So yeah,
Dexterity
the
save?
vines try and wrap around you, Keyleth, and burn in the process. You are still pulled right against the wall. I need Vax, Scanlan, and Percy to make a strength saving throw.
Strength.
Yes.
Good
Dexterity.
God. Just straight strength.
23.
15.
Burn a luck. 20.
20. Okay. Vax and Percy, you guys managed to break free of the vines. You are considered grappled, so your speed is 0. The vines are actually holding you against the side. They're not hurting you or anything, but you cannot actually move from your space because you're being held against the wall of the tree.
Okay.
That ends the legendary action. Grog, you're up.
Can I run immediately underneath Sandor?
Sandor, yes you can.
Are there any vines that are hanging from him? There are none.
There are vines hanging from the ceiling, bits and pieces there, but he himself just kind of sunk into the tree and then emerged above. He himself does not have any like wayward vines that are just dangling.
Right. Are there any vines that look like they might be thick enough for me to try and wanted to get to
Probably
his
a couple,
height?
yeah.
Could I grab a few of those vines and try and climb up to where he is at?
An athletics check. With disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
But then you have advantage because you're raging.
Yeah.
So just a straight roll.
One
Regular.
roll. 23.
23. Alright, let me go ahead and check and see how far you can actually climb at that speed.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Tense fight, guys.
Good.
Wouldn't want to be
Doing
here
all right.
with anyone else.
doing
Us against the environment.
I think that my
I'd say your physical
plan could
strength
work.
and your ability to just kind of like one hand over hand, not even pull up, especially with your Titan and gauntlets and that type of a roll, you could probably get right up to him, but that's going to be like your action to get up there.
Okay.
So you'd only have your bonus action left at that time, but essentially you and get right up to where he is at the top of the tree. As he's up there pulling the bow back, like getting ready to you see another pointed arrow kind of shifts out of his arm. You come right up to his face, and you're right there holding on one of the vines with the axe was kind of hanging over your shoulder with the chain.
Okay. With my bonus action, can I let out the loudest howl I possibly can.
Yes, you can.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Call it in the gallery. Please, I hope he can get in here.
Turn.
It's my turn.
All right. It's Sandor's turn.
Boy.
Alrighty.
He's deaf from that howl. He's definitely deaf.
No, not so much. Sandor takes Fenthras and actually lets go of it to his side, and these vines wrap it, hold it in place just wherever he lets it go. As he his fingers curl up into these giant, extremely hard, petrified root-like clusters, and just starts wailing on you as you're standing there holding on to that vine. The 3 strikes against you.
Yeah.
The first one is going to be a 25.
Hits.
Second one is a 23.
Also hits.
Third one is a 15.
Misses.
Or it hits you, but just not enough to do actually put any damage through on that one. So, looking at this, that brings it to, oh no, so that's 2d8 too. 14 bludgeoning damage on the first one. Half.
Okay.
God, and the second one,
No, it's just the fucking coolest.
22 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 11.
Okay.
I need you to go ahead and make a strength saving throw to maintain your hold on that vine as it just bats you around.
21.
21. It punches you twice, and your grip kind of causes you to slide a foot, but you catch yourself, and you're still maintaining yourself. The vine is now swinging from the impact, and you're kind of in the process of this weird momentum where you're passing by, a little out of control with your movement, up in the air of the inside of this tree.
Awesome.
So that's going to end its actions. You now watch as Sandor reaches up and grabs the bow again, and shifts into the tree away from you. You do get an attack of opportunity, though.
Oh!
As you come around, watching him sink in with your one hand on the axe.
Oh, that was so close to being a crit. That is a... I can't even add that. That's a 33.
19 isn't a crit for him, right?
No.
No.
Okay.
So go ahead. I'll say the damage is going to be a 1d10 as opposed to 1d12, just for the sake that you're swinging with one hand.
That's a... wait, no. It's a 22 plus 1 point of necrotic damage, so 23.
All right, 23 points of slashing damage. As you come around, as the vine is arcing around, whack! You cleave through, kind of catch the side of the shoulder and the jaw. Part of this kind of hard, bony root exterior actually gets carved off, and you see more black ooze just spill out from underneath as it shrieks, pulling back into the tree. You watch him vanish. You're still left there. You
Killed
know.
him.
Good job, Grog.
Smack him into the wall.
Not so tough, really.
Go hide like a potato in the earth.
As high up as Sandor can get, right at the edge, like actually emerging out of the ceiling portion of the top of it, 10 feet higher than he was before he comes out with Fenthras.
Feet higher than he was before.
Like before he was like out of the wall, before the ceiling began to come up into the cone, he's now ceiling in another part.
Jeez.
Now kind of hanging out halfway and ready to go ahead and let loose at the bow next turn. That's going to end his turn, however.
How high off the ground is that apex that he's hanging out of?
Right now he's 40 feet up.
40 feet, alright.
Yeah. That ends his turn. It is now the tree and Scout. They both get up using half their movement. Let's see. That one currently is just being harried with the flames on the inside. Does it take any damage on its turn?
It does, unless he douses himself, he takes another 1d10.
Go ahead and do 1d10 damage to him.
6.
Yeah.
As it begins to take the damage, it tries to put out the flames, but as it does, the fire just roars into this inferno, and you hear it give out this creaking, painful... As it tumbles forward in a timber fashion, the flames actually burning the lights out of the tree, and it falls to the ground, dead,
Hey!
smoldering.
Down.
You pop out of his form as the living entity is no longer living, and you are but an elemental now. I'm going to leave him there just for reference, because it is a big thing to get through, but you are now kind of pushed off. That treant is gone. The other one gets up and steps over to Percy.
I've made a friend.
You did. As you just managed to avoid that, the tree comes up and goes into a double slam against you.
Fuck.
That is going to be 19
Oh, that hits.
and 21.
That also hits.
Alrighty. You take
Fine.
13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mm-hmm.
20 points of bludgeoning damage in a second.
That's mean.
It's now pushing you up the side of the tree. You can feel like the roots hitting the back of your head, and as you ricochet off the impact, you come into another fist right to the face. You feel the nose break under the impact, and possibly a tooth get loosened as you spit blood out the side. It was a rough hit on you.
Yeah, that was rough.
All right, that ends the treant's turn. Scanlan and Keyleth, you're up.
Yeah.
You're still.
You're grappled,
Grappled.
and currently prone.
Got no retaliation.
Where is he? Where are you, Scanlan?
You're right over there.
Close side of the wall.
But because your movement is 0 and you're grappled, you can't get up. So right now you are prone and stuck to a wall.
Can I pull out a wand? Even
You can pull out a wand. You're just at disadvantage at all attacks right now.
at all attacks, even spell attacks.
You have disadvantage on attack rolls, and any attack rolls against you have advantages. If they're within 5 feet of you. Otherwise, they have disadvantages.
I might be able to try and do something if I
That's
go
attack
first.
rolls.
Maybe.
Fireballs just happen.
Correct.
Yeah.
I might be
Okay.
able to burn you away.
So I'll fall on the tree ant. I'll aim it far away enough so that it won't hit us. Is that a thing? Is that
you can.
possible?
It is. It's hard because you're on the ground and he's right there.
Can I go up?
Can you hit Sandor?
Well, yeah, but I don't know how.
It's your call. It's a tough circumstance here because to hit the treant from your perspective, you'd have to hit behind it, but you have no view behind it because you're on the ground.
Got it. All right.
So I mean, if you want to try that, I'll give you a roll, and based on how good you roll, it may or may not lie.
Then I will not risk it, and I will just fireball good old Sandor, I guess.
Alrighty. How many more?
I'll
charges
use 3 more charges.
Okay.
I have 7 total. So
7 total left or total?
total. So I've used 3.
Well, no, you used 5 last time.
That the first is just 3 balls? No, I don't know how this shit works.
What does it say on the actual item?
I don't have it anymore. I lost it months and months ago.
It's a good thing it's in the Dungeon Master.
Okay.
God damn it, Sam. Let me know these things. I can get you the item printout.
King of Improv, right here.
Okay. One of Fireballs has 7 charges. You can use an action to expend 1 or more charges to cast the Fireball spell. For 1 charge, it's level 3, and for each additional charge, it's more than that.
Yeah, so I used 1, 2, 3 charges.
So you used these
to
3
get it to
charges, so you
level
have 4 charges left, yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to use 3 of them.
3 more?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
All right.
Another
I don't understand
10d6.
I don't know.
See if it
I
makes
don't
a saving
understand that at
throw.
all.
It does not make the saving throw. He's going to use legendary resistance to automatically make it.
Fucking dick.
Does it half it again?
Yeah.
I have a question.
What's your question, Gro?
I forgot about retaliation. It's a new feat I have.
Yeah, where if something hits you, you can use your reaction. Well, you used your reaction to go attack of opportunity, so you still hit him.
Oh, that's true.
But essentially, they don't have to do that now. As long as they hit you, you can use your reaction to just hit them
Hit
back.
the back.
So yeah, as long as you stay
As
within
long as
melee.
I'm at 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Did that count on his 2 hits against me?
I mean, you can only do it once because you only get 1 reaction.
One time.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you technically already hit him with that. So
That's true.
the same thing. So you used your attack of opportunity, but yeah, you can do that whenever anybody hits
Oh,
you.
see, you're fine.
Laura,
It's
are
good.
You're good, but good to remember.
About to die?
I haven't used it before.
Yeah.
All right, there was 29, so
29, half that.
And
15
I'm-
points of
I'm
fire damage. Just
unconscious.
another fireball bursts into the air, lighting up the room even brighter for an instant. You can see now as the smoke clears, the front of Sandor's form is now black and beginning to char with each blast of flame. A lot of the oil has been dried up and now coming off in like clumps,
That's good.
almost like
Yeah.
All right.
I will also heal Vex. She's close enough, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ish. With an inspirational quote. Something Percival once said a long time ago.
I'm ready.
No.
Oh.
Life needs things to live. That's it. That's the whole quote. Earlier tonight. Percival von Frederickstein von Rollo de Frankenstein de Rollo. Credit where credit is due. Oh, and I'll do it at level 3, so that's... Oh, no, it's not inspiration, healing. Healing.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Okay,
so
it's a healing
that's
spell. You're right.
3d4 plus 6, right?
Oh, man.
6. 12.
Okay, thank you.
12.
12 helps.
All right, Keyleth.
Okay, I am going to that. Oh man, I don't. To that guy.
And number
I
2.
have number 2. Tree and number 2.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. And I want to see if I can tree stride through him.
Did you take damage from the fall earlier? Make a concentration check.
Even though I have resistance, bludgeoning damage, and all that.
Yeah. So just add your Constitution modifier
Oh, my Constitution modifier as
as a fire elemental.
just my modifier.
Yes.
8.
Yes. Tree stride is faded.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Even as a.
Concentration spells to take damage, man.
Well, I still whelm him.
All right.
That guy in front of me. I
Yeah.
still can move
Into his space.
into his space. Yeah. That's a big move. Let's
go make your attacks.
That's my fucking opal dice again. Asshole. Oh, look.
You gotta roll it angry. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Oh, maybe that's the key.
Maybe you have to roll.
It's so
angry.
fucking
nice.
Angry die.
Just like every time you
Keyleth
roll
has to
it.
embrace her anger to actually make
Yeah.
the dice work for her. I like that.
Two slam attacks. On
See,
him.
that's Talison's
First
secret.
one.
He's always angry.
Always angry. Are you rolling with advantage?
13. Do I roll with advantage?
No.
No.
Sorry, I saw you throw 2 dice, so those are both attacks at once? Gotcha.
No, I'm rolling my
Yeah,
3
2
dice.
slam attacks, right?
Oh, you have 2 slam attacks. Did you roll to hit in those?
Oh wait, no, I don't think I did.
That's what I'm asking.
Not that part.
Do that first.
2 11s with so 17 to hit both times.
Make
Both
a
hit?
wish.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one. 15 for the first one.
Okay.
All the big ones, they just
Love it.
yeah, they're pretty, but they.
And another 15 for the second one.
For your life.
And for the
Why would you do that?
It's like
That don't suck. And then he's on fire now, right?
He's on fire. Oh, and he takes another D10 because I moved into his space.
Oh, good.
Yep.
That's good.
And he is on fire.
So another 4 points from me.
Alrighty.
So 8.
So yeah, the flames burn up into his form and start shrieking as the fire's curling up its body. It is not like being on fire. The new turn?
Yeah.
Alrighty. At the end of your turn, Sondor is going to go ahead and
Possibly permanently.
God damn it.
is going to cast another spell.
over here, you piece of shit.
No, I did.
Anything?
Cough weekly.
Give you a D8.
All right. The bow's held off. He looks down and sees you on the ground, Vex,
Ow.
and just extends his fingers and says, "You had your choice." Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, good.
Make it like a mother.
20.
20. Success.
Oh,
You take half damage.
Half damage. Wait,
Yes.
what?
Like a lot of dice.
That's a.
That's a lot of
That's a
dice.
fucking miracle, is what that is.
That doesn't sound like. That sounds like a
That's
handful
lot
of hate.
dice. Yeah.
That was like 4 dice.
It's okay, they're all D1s.
31 halved. You take 16 points of necrotic damage.
You're good.
Still up.
As the blight spell takes over, and you feel the vines wrap around you, and the life force pulled from your form momentarily. Suddenly, they crack and break as you shove them off. The air pulled from your lungs, and you gasp for air, holding on to that last little sliver of life you still have.
Played that game.
You need
Alrighty. Now it's your turn, Vex.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna take. Can I, as
Still
my?
prone on the ground, by the way.
I stand up.
Alright, so it's half your movement.
Can I take a greater healing potion
You can.
as a bonus?
Yep.
How much?
Greater healing would be 4d4 plus 4.
Okay. Six, 11 plus 4 is 15.
Okay.
Okay.
That hit back.
Good, that's good.
Good, good, good.
37, okay. Okay. I guess I will. His hunter's mark is still on him, right?
Actually, you should make a concentration check because of the blight damage, which I forgot to take as far as the fall damage earlier as well. So make 2 concentration checks.
Cool.
Yeah. So add your Constitution modifier.
Yeah.
19 for the first, and a natural 1 for the second.
Yeah, no, that's faded. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Okay, so.
Actually, person, I need you to make a concentration check as well. You need to get better.
I guess for my. Jesus Christ.
2, 1 for each slam.
It's a Constitution?
Yeah, add your Constitution modifier.
10.
Yeah, so the X is also faded. Sorry.
I guess I'm gonna warns him.
Okay, go for it.
A little tit for tat. Give him something
Right?
else.
Just hurt him.
Yeah, man.
Just hurt him.
Okay, so that's a regular attack.
What level are you casting it at?
Oh, right. Oh, I can cast it at higher.
Yes, you
I'm
can.
gonna cast it at a level 4. Fuck it.
Go for it. So
Okay.
go ahead and roll the attack.
That is, I roll a d20 and then I add what? My spell attack bonus?
No, it's just a regular attack, and if it hits, because you cast the spell's bonus action
Oh.
onto an arrow, release the arrow.
20.
Hits.
27.
27 hits. So you did
Okay.
damage for the arrow, plus an additional 4d10.
4d10.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Okay. 15, 16, 17 for the actual hit,
Nice.
and then additional 4d10.
Yep.
Wow, that's awesome. Hopefully this will be good.
Oh.
20 additional hit
20 points damage to it. Nice. As you release the arrow, spoof, it sticks into his chest. It just bursts in his chest. These thorns go spraying into him in the nearby area, just like 1,000 nails went off in a pipe bomb in his chest. And he's like, all right. And do you want to move or stay where you are?
I gotta stay where I am.
Okay.
But I'm gonna hold on to that tree.
Okay, you grapple onto that tree. End of your turn, he's going to use his last legendary action to make one attack of Fenthros back at you out of anger. That is a 25.
That hurts me.
Alrighty. This is going to be...
I'm gonna actually wait. Can I cutting words that?
Sure. What do you do? What do you say?
Come on, come on.
I'm gonna insult him. I'm gonna call him a. Oi! You fobbing, elf-skinned flapdragon! You paunchy, ill-breeding lewdster! You unmuzzled, reeling, ripe mumble news! Shakespeare insult generator.
That is fantastic.
That's unbelievable.
That is really, really cool.
He's really old, so it's a lot to him. You know?
And unfortunately, they fall on deaf ears. He's beyond 60 feet from you and
What?
doesn't use the
I
insult.
thought the roof was only like 45 feet up,
But
50
you're
feet
over
up.
there.
I yelled it really loud.
Use the cone? No, you can't use the cone. Oh, you could use cone.
Just on the cusp, at an angle. Let me see here, because he's about 55 feet from you, and then is 40 feet up at the angle. Yeah, he's just out of range.
Oh, Pythagoras is
Sorry.
theorem, man. Come on, that's like right at like 60, right?
Probably wouldn't.
Right
Just
at?
misses him.
AB.
Just misses
A,
him.
B, A squared plus B squared equals...
Is blind.
But come on.
No problem.
Yeah, he's just out of the range. You shouted at Echoes. It was a great insult, but he's too focused and loses the arrow. It manages to catch you for...
Oh, don't make that face.
15 points of piercing damage. 1 point of lightning damage.
Okay. Okay.
Still up?
I'm good.
Ish.
Ish.
Ask.
All right. Up to the top of the round. Vax, you're up.
All right, I think from where I'm standing, I'm close enough to see that Keyleth is absolutely mauling the tree, and she's right on top of it, right?
It appears to be the case,
And
yes.
with double speed, I can get there, yeah?
Yes, you can.
All right, so I'm going to flit across the floor, come up right behind Keyleth, swoop around the side of her, and stab up and in. 1, 2, 3.
Go for
Holding
it.
onto a tree.
First attack is a 28.
28 hits.
A 29.
Hits.
And the third attack is a 26.
Hits. All 3 hit.
Sneak attack on the first 2. Plus 6 is 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 21, 22, 24, 30. The first attack does 7, and the third attack does 10.
10. Alrighty.
10 and 7.
You rush up from the side, seeing the inferno engulfing the creature as it's shrieking in pain. You rush up and just start stabbing it repeatedly, throwing your dagger up into the various exposed parts of its bark form. You can see it's actually it's still holding itself together, but it's looking pretty rough.
Am I burning at all, as I just came up next to Fire Lady here?
What's the radius, Keyleth? What's the radius for
Fire
things
damage.
to take damage? When they come within a certain area of you?
No, it's when I'm like
Sharing space.
5
right?
feet, maybe. Wait, I think it's when I'm sharing feet.
No, actually, it doesn't affect you that way. You're fine, you're fine. You're good. You can feel the heat. It's emanating from it, definitely. Alright, then end your turn, Vax?
Yeah.
Percy, you're up.
I just watched this. I put my gun down, pull out my sword, and just start hacking at the tree.
For it.
What happened?
That's 25.
25 hits.
Hitting it again. Yeah. 23.
Hits.
And 27.
Hits. All 3 hit.
That's 1d8 on my d8. That's a thing that happens now. Okay, and so that's 21.
Jesus.
Thunder strikes outside the tree.
What's that?
That was Travis hitting
I'm
the
too big
side
for
of the
this world.
room.
35 points of slashing damage.
On the first hit? Or all together?
All 3
I was
together.
like, holy shit, yeah.
I just went thump, thump, thump.
Yeah.
You're a greater barbarian than I am.
As it's on fire and shrieking, you pull the sword out, and seeing the wounds that Vax already left open, you leap up off of one knee, take the blade, spin around it, and jam it into the center where you see the bar. And with that, you look down at Keyleth, and together, she forces outward. As you dig down with the blade, the tree actually splits up the middle.
Yes!
And then it falls to 2 sides and begins to burn from the inside.
It's looking pretty rough.
Is he dead? He's dead.
He is
Good, that's good.
dead and on the ground there,
Loot
just
the body.
burning.
Might get some.
So much lumber.
Let's make s'mores after this.
Percy, do you want to move or you stay where you are?
I'm going to move. I'm going to charge north just to get away from just to split the group up a bit.
Over here?
Yeah. Actually, if I can like hug the edge a little closer, like
There or around this way, you mean?
around that way, and like 10 feet away from the wall.
9 feet away?
Yeah.
So,
And then bonus action to put my mask on in case anything more gassy happens.
okay.
And then I've got a grit left, so fuck it. Oh no, because I can't switch weapons fast enough. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm gonna call it.
Can I have a question? And
Yes?
I thought Percy gave me that mask.
I took it back from you last game.
He did.
Oh, right, I forgot.
Yeah, because you weren't there.
You weren't there, and he was walking through the swamp. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, you can have it back if you want. I just took it for the swamp.
All right, let's get on you.
All right.
All right. It's now count 20.
Any sign of umber werewolfy? Ukarat?
So, the first you watch as a low mist begins to slowly filter into the room. One in this here. It's going to be Keyleth, Vax, Percy, and Vex. I need you all to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, damn it, Bobber.
Wisdom.
Yes. As the fog fills in.
Natural 20!
Oh,
19.
Best wisdom roll of my life.
What'd you get, Liam?
21, which was huge.
21.
Natural 20.
18 plus 11, so 29.
23.
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
It's just on that smog thing.
You feel like the fog, as it fills your senses, begins to cloud your mind and your vision begins to blur, but then you shake it from your mind, focus in, and it's no effect on you.
Yes!
Fucking help that. At which point, the area that had closed before, where you guys entered, you hear this loud creaking sound and the breaking of wood and bark.
Yeah!
Suddenly you watch as it's forced open as these two feral claws.
Yes!
And Ukrat darts inside from the entrance. Around, looks up,
Where's my quarry?
Up!
looks up and sees Sandor,
So be it.
and begins jumping onto the wall and climbing and running up the side of the actual
Parkour!
parkour. Indeed,
You could cut me out first. Okay, just go. It's okay.
picks up and runs, and with this, he only manages to get just up to where we'll say where Sandor is. There.
Look
for his
how
whole
big they
turn.
both
But he's
are.
now right up in the face of Sandor. So I'm just like,
Sick him.
all right, that ends his turn. 20 Grog, you're up.
So taken out of this fight, it's driving me crazy. I'm hanging from vines. I see Wolfman come up. I'm not going to be left out of this. Can I try and Tarzan my way
Yes!
over to the fray?
Yes, this will be the majority of your movement and your action to do so.
Just get me there, baby.
All right. So you go athletics check
Okay, with advantage.
with advantage, at disadvantage because your skill check, so just regular attack.
No!
You roll.
It won.
Watch out for that
You start getting your momentum. You pull back, and your feet catch the edge, and you push off, and you swing out. And as you reach for the next vine,
Oh!
you plummet to the ground.
Boo!
That puts you. You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage
Okay.
and fall prone.
And prone. That's insulting.
Are you halfway done yet, Groggy?
Because it fails, does that still take up all my action? All my whole thing?
I mean, you still have your bonus action.
Get up?
No, have your movement, but yeah, you won't be able to this turn. So
I'll cry a little.
Can't. Is anything you can do for a bonus
Do I
action?
keep my rage because I fell and took damage?
let me double check the specifics of the rage here if it's just to make sure.
I mean, he's got to be pretty angry.
Yeah,
I would think that would
angry.
piss him the
Angry.
fuck off.
No, you took damage, so it maintains.
Yay!
You're really angry now. You're like,
I'm good.
all right. So that ends Grog's turn. Is now Sondor's turn. Sondor who is looking at this sudden large werewolf entity that shows up out of nowhere. Knows he has to get away from this, and is going to go ahead and attempt to begin vine walking into the. Well, he heals a little bit first. Sorry. And then he's going to go ahead and vine walk into the wall. Ukrat does get an attack of opportunity on him. That does hit at a 27. So he takes 15 points of slashing damage and vanishes back into the wall and emerges on this side here,
Back exactly where Grog was? That's cool.
over here.
So close to where Grog was. Damn it.
From there, he's going to go ahead and make 3 attacks with Fenthras. First one to Vex.
Oh my god, what a miss.
That is a 20.
20 is my armor class.
You suffer 15 points of piercing damage and 4 points of thunder damage or lightning damage.
It's 19.
19.
Cool.
You're still alive.
Still alive.
Wow.
Like,
That's impressive.
their first arrow hits you and you take the damage and you're kind of leaning against the tree and you're still standing. He goes, pulls back and takes another shot.
God damn it.
Can I shout out, I was wrong! You're so dreamy.
Same exact attack roll, 20. Hits you again. Natural 9 on that one. This one is going to be. Oh, where's the dice again? There we go. That is an 8 plus 3. 8 points of piercing damage plus 3 points of lightning. So it's 11.
Yeah.
With that, Vex
down.
falls unconscious onto the ground. With his third and final shot of the round, he's gonna look down at I'm gonna say Percy, who's right below. Take a shot at Percy. Natural 20.
What?
Wow.
What?
Against you sometimes.
Fucker's having a good round.
23 points of piercing damage and 4 points of lightning.
I'm gonna do a missile snare.
Okay.
It's 23 points of piercing damage.
Correct.
That's gonna be 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay, plus 4 lightning, so 17
And
total.
can I use that 4? I'm gonna take that 4 lightning. Can that hit the glove?
We can say you bring up the glove and it does.
I mean, like I'm hitting, so.
Yeah, it takes the damage, but you kind of bring it up instinctually, and it does seem to rev some sort of a charge
All right,
to it.
so that's rolling now. That's in play.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, that ends his turn. The treants are gone. Let's see. It's gonna bring us to Scanlan and Keyleth.
You want to do the?
I don't know if I can be grappled. Door though, I can try and take you.
No, I can't. I can't do that to you.
I can try and come and get you undone. I don't know if
No,
I
I
can be
can't.
grappled.
I can't dimension door you.
No, I mean burn you from the vines,
Oh.
like get you ungrappled. I don't know if so. Question: could hand toss a fire elemental's ass? Like,
Yeah, I mean you have some sort of physicality
Opulence.
to you. It's just somewhat fluid in its
so it's
structure.
like a kind of magical hand meets a magical fire elemental could kind of work.
Like a Molotov cocktail.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over to Scanlan, and I'm gonna burn the vines around him that are holding him in.
Okay.
Is that your action though?
It'll be your action, yeah.
That's
Then
my
you
action.
don't do that then. You,
can
need
just
to
do it.
You need to
Yeah,
attack.
don't-
the
just
bad
do it.
guy.
use your
Fuck-
action
fuck
to-
that.
He can
I'm
just throw you.
fine.
So as you run up to
You
Scanlan,
can-
he's telling you this. What are you doing?
Leave me. I'm fine. This is cozy.
I go, okay, and I go, whoof, and I hold my action till I wait for Scanlan. I wait for Scanlan.
Okay, so you move over there and you hold your action waiting for Scanlan to.
Go to
throw you.
To throw me.
Okay. All right, Scanlan.
I will heal Vex with bonus action first. Right? She's still within range. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm. I don't know. I'm giving you everything. All the yes, it's true.
Is that Spice Girls?
If all I want from you is a promise, you'll
Spice Girls.
kiss me forever.
It was girl power that healed you.
Girl power healed me.
Girl power.
I feel it. I feel it.
Feel that. Yeah.
All right, so that's
Spice magic.
at level 1.
So 1d4 plus.
8.
Awesome.
So you heal 8. You come to consciousness again on the ground, face down. You can see the sludge just kind of filling in the nostril on the
Spice
floor.
Girls? This is my jam.
And then I will cast Bigby's hand.
Alrighty. Next to
and-
Keyleth.
And cup her gently
I kind of turn into like a fireball myself.
Okay.
and just sort of cup and fling.
Cup that ball.
Very gently.
As you've cupped so many before.
Yes.
Okay. Roll a d20 plus 8.
Oh boy.
What
That is the strength of Bigby's hand
Oh, okay.
throwing the elemental.
Got it.
I believe in you. You can do the thing.
24.
24. Phew. You lob the elemental at a wild arc. It makes it most of the way, and then falls past and lands on the ground there. You are by him. Not quite a hit on that one, unfortunately.
God damn it!
But you do take 5 points of bludgeoning damage from the fall.
Oh, nice.
If they'd been a 25 or higher, it would have got to him.
5.
He's a long ways away.
Is a long way.
Yeah.
5 points halved, or
You still got your attack.
did I?
Yeah, you've been
Yeah, you
thrown
still have
out.
your
Use
attack.
it.
Thrown, you held your action, so you still use your action to do something if you can. I don't think
Can you?
Can
Throw
I?
fireball.
I can't.
it doesn't work
Aren't
that
you
way.
Johnny
do
Storm?
that. No, I gotta touch. I gotta be there.
Yeah, it's a melee effect.
Do I have still have any movement?
To get through, I'd say. What's your movement speed of an
50.
50? It took you 25 to get there. You still have 25 feet, I'd say. Yeah.
Can I climb up? Start climbing 25 feet up the wall?
Make an athletics check
Okay.
using the strength of the fire elemental. To add your strength modifier.
Not good.
What would you roll? 5? You start climbing up, you get maybe 5 feet up the wall, but already like the impact of the fall and most of your round exhausted you for this one pass.
Okay, well then I'm gonna take the rest of my action. I'm just going to angrily slam into the tree and see if I can catch the tree up under him on fire.
Okay, cool. Ending your turn, Keyleth. Vex, you're up.
I'm up.
Yeah, you're conscious, you're on the ground.
Run away.
Oh, right, you're on the ground. Can I... Fuck. Okay.
Actually, hold on. Sorry to be a dick here. Because he did get his legendary actions back at the end of Keyleth's turn. Watching Scanlan heal you, he's going to go ahead and use one of his legendary actions to take an attack on you as you come to consciousness.
You're an asshole,
His attack does have
Sundry.
disadvantage, though, because you are prone. That puts him at a 16.
Yay!
Fires an arrow, but it hits the ground inches from your face. You see the spike impact and then turn to dust right in front of you. Alright, so take your turn.
Fuck. I'm gonna... It's useless. It's not... I can't do anything.
Heal yourself.
I know, but my heal is an action, and then I can't attack.
Any more potions?
Just attack.
I've got just... I've got a superior healing potion. That's better than a greater, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll use that.
Is that like a venti?
Yeah, that is 8d4 plus 8.
Whoa!
Okay.
That is one of the pricey healing.
Oh, well, okay.
Burn it.
4, 7, 8, 10.
That would have been so cool.
I know.
Had it
Worked.
20 plus 8, 28.
Heal, yeah.
Okay.
That's the last time I listened to you. It was a good plan.
30. Okay, I'm back at 36. Okay. All right, I'm gonna run and duck behind Grog.
Okay, well, you get up, which is half your movement, so you have 15 more feet so you can move.
Can I get to
squares.
Grog?
You cannot.
Oh.
You can get there is the closest you can get.
All right, I'll go to there, and then I will. I'm gonna Hail of Thorns him again.
Okay.
Oh wait, is that?
Your Hail of Thorns is a bonus action.
Is a bonus
to cast,
action.
You already
Okay.
used your heal spell, so no.
Okay, then I'm gonna. So I've got 2 attacks on him.
Yep, you do.
Take cover behind the tree.
I'm gonna hit him with 2 attacks.
Go for it. Roll for the attacks.
Do I get
you're
another
up
flaming
next,
bowstring? I got 1 more flaming bowstring.
Go for it.
Someday.
The first one is the flaming bowstring.
Really?
Like 8 weeks.
Really?
17.
17. The flaming shot unfortunately goes wide, slams into the wall next to him, and the flame curls up.
Okay, so 23 on the second hit.
Second hit does hit. It's a normal hit though.
15.
15 points of damage. Alrighty.
And then I'm gonna duck behind the tree as much as I can.
Well, that was your full movement was to get there, so.
Well, can I have not used my full movement to get...
The tree? You wouldn't really have much of a shot of him.
Could I have shot him before I moved?
You would have been there? Sure.
Shoot him before I move and then move behind the
Normally
tree?
don't let that retroactive
Okay,
thing
okay,
happen.
okay, okay.
I'm gonna say you're halfway through. You're right there. You're sort of there.
Okay.
All right, so. Vax, you're up.
Vex just healed herself, right?
She did, yes.
Already? Alright. And is he within
Actually-
60 feet of me?
He is, but at the end of Vex's turn, he's going to take a second shot.
What the
Yes.
what?
In fact, no, he's going to use his other 2 legendary actions to cast another spell.
This just has so much.
Asshole.
Angry that she gets up and runs off to the side, he says, "You stay down!" I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Jeez Louise! Come on, man! Saving throw?
Yes.
19.
19? What's your Constitution modifier?
0, but I have a +2 on all saving throws with my ring.
That's true. Nice. Alrighty, that is...
God damn it.
Yeah, when it's like he's playing fucking Apple Jacks back there.
I know.
Is another blight? Did he cast blight again? Motherfuck.
41 points of necrotic damage, halved to 20. You take 20.
You out again?
Aren't you?
No, it's half to 20, so I'm 16.
Hey.
But a second blight is used.
Blight's nasty.
Light's nasty.
All right, Vax, now it's your turn.
60 feet of me?
He would be, yes.
Alright. And is there anyone around me? I just can't see too well from here.
Yeah, there's people around you, but there's nobody next to him.
Next to him? No, I know. Fuck it. I'm gonna bonus action and shoot out wings. And I'm gonna fly into his face and stab into each side of his neck.
Fuck yeah.
All of a sudden, the giant raven wings streak out from each side of you, and whoosh, whoosh, the air and the entirety of the room begins to swirl around you. Your hair gets tossed as the giant wings begin to push him into the air. The raven-like dagger-wield champion of the Raven Queen leaps up and finds himself face to face with Sondor, blades out. Go ahead and make your attacks.
The breeze from his wings kind of stokes my fire elemental form a little bit, and I'm kind of into it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Vax, go for it.
28 on the first.
Hits.
29 on the second.
Hits.
And as I stab into both sides of his neck, I say, if you want to get to my sister, you gotta get through me. Stab, stab. First one is 10. Second one is 8.
Alrighty. As you jam both blades in the side, the flames kind of curling up from the hit of one, the poison dagger jamming into the other. The head descends and the mouth opens, and from the inside you can see the semblance of the human-like face you saw before come peek through, leaning out almost like the queen alien's secondary mouth. It kind of leans into your face, and the grin kind of curls up in this evil smile. I'll take both of you at this rate. There's only so many trails one can survive. It clinks back into the head, the jaw closes. That finishes your turn, Vax. Percy, you're up. At the end of Vax's turn, no, he can't, he already used a spell, you're right.
All right. Okay.
This guy had a rough breakup or something, man.
That's no breakup is that rough. Here we go. I'm switching back to bad news, and I'm going to reload, and I'm going to try and, I've got that last grit. I'm going to just try and get him to drop the bow.
Okay.
Come on,
Don't fuck with
Percy.
me. Part 1. That'll do. 24.
24 hits.
Make a strength saving throw.
That's a 2. He's going to use the legendary resistance, the second one, to make the save.
Made the save with using legendary resistance?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. Don't care.
Don't care.
That'll do. 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 20 points of damage.
Alrighty.
Has to make a strength check.
He has to make a strength saving throw.
Saving.
Yeah.
And he made his.
Because I had a cutting words a while back.
Right, but it means he has disadvantage.
Yeah.
But even if he fails, which he would have in that case, he still gets to make it automatically as part of the legendary resistance.
It's okay.
So that's negated my cutting words as well.
And for legendary resistance does, which is why if you can burn through those early, then natural creatures are a little more vulnerable.
And just because nothing else seems to be happening, I'm just gonna burn my my accent surge and just keep plowing into him for 2 more shots.
All right, how much damage did the first one do?
That did 11, 12, 13, 14, 20 points of damage.
Nice.
Taking another shot. That's 16, 26, 20, that's 29.
Hits.
That's 22. 28 points of damage.
3 hits. Go ahead and roll the other 2 damage now. So you hit with all 3. So
No, I've been doing damage.
Oh, those are the damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. That's 20 points of damage and 28 points of damage. 22. Wait, 20 points of damage on the first attack.
Yeah.
The attack I just did was 28 points of damage.
Okay, sorry. All right, and then the third.
And then the third one.
Roll the hit.
Come on. That hits. That's a 19, 29 to 31.
Alrighty.
Do you crit on a 19?
I do not crit on a 19.
Fuck. Roll, doesn't go roll
That's
2.
18 points of damage.
Nice. So you can see now he's starting to sag as he hangs outside of the wall, and with the dagger still held in him by Vax. Both impacts of each blast hitting the side of his torso. You can see now the wooden armored exterior shattered, and there's just this writhing mass of dark, veiny vines holding his torso together. He's looking pretty...
Lay into him, and I'm gonna run, and try and get some cover in the int. In the dead end. Dead ant.
Dead end.
Dead ant.
Dead ant.
All right, you pull that. Grog, you're up.
Alright, can I stand?
Yes.
Can I casually walk over so that I'm standing between Vex and Sandor, right in front of Vex, like a human shield?
Right there? Yes.
Yeah, and I look up and I'm like, Jesus, this is fucking stupid. I've broken some hearts in my time. Stupid Romeo, taking it way too far. Guess what? Nobody cares! And I take the javelin of lightning and I throw it at him.
So let's go ahead and roll for that.
Javelin of lightning.
I mean, well,
Very, very
let me see what you have to do for that. You have the item rules there?
I do.
What does it say?
I have to make, if it hits, they have to make a DC 17 dexterity saving throw. If it hits, it's a 4d6 lightning.
Great,
Half
all right.
if they make it.
All right, so go ahead and
And he
roll.
burned a
roll
legendary
the
save.
hit. What was the hit?
It was 24.
24.
Yeah.
That hits. Go and roll damage.
You didn't
4d6.
use any sort of legendary
cube.
thing, Matt?
Well, when you hurl it, command it changes bolt lightning, you don't roll to hit with it. 5 feet wide, it extends out from you to the target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC. Lightning bolts back. No, you're right. You do make a right. I read too far ahead. All right, yeah, you're good. So 46 lightning damage.
Nice.
6, 8, 7, 12.
12 points of lightning damage.
12 points of lightning damage.
How do you want to do this?
You got the kill?
Yes!
Walking around like an idiot the entire game.
You fell!
Chasing him around the room.
You fell 5 times!
You basically
And
killed
our
him with
cheeky
bro
line
shame.
about romance.
I know.
Line about romance.
I'd like to take the javelin, throw it, and hopefully get it to go like right in his mouth as he's trying to have a comeback. And I'll just look bewildered that it worked.
As you chuck
And
it
he uses a
upward,
bonus action to push his sunglasses up at the end.
Yeah.
as you chuck the javelin, you see it burst forward with the lightning-based propulsion magic. It sinks into the center of the jaw, which the eyes kind of go wide. The jaw hangs open loosely, and you can see the secondary face of Sandor inside. The javelin pierced through his jaw. Now his eyes wide, and you see the hands kind of reach up to try and grab the back of the vines. As it does, the javelin and just bursts into a shockwave of electric, scattering his body into 100 pieces across the wall, falling off. Vax, you are pushed back from the force of it, kind of tumbling with energy, and you catch yourself in the air with your wings, still flying as the rest of Sandor's body just comes clattering to the ground in chunks.
I jump up on Grog's back. What the fuck?
I honestly did not expect
I'm
that
gonna
to
walk.
happen.
I'm gonna walk up and
Clatters to the
grab the bow real quick.
I go get the javelin because it's obviously
I
worth keeping.
instinctually throw Keyleth in the air.
And I go for it too.
Yourself out of your vines and rush up to Keyleth.
No, with the
with the
hand.
hand. All right, yeah. The hand darts over, grabs the fire elemental, and just kind of.
Can I run back to Vex and offer a healing potion unless someone else can do better?
Oh, I can cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. Thank you. I was really regretting that. Attacking him, I thought maybe I should have just said yes and
What?
Dealt
Become
with
the
it.
corpse bride?
I don't know, I just felt terrible. He was
Drop my fire elemental form.
I was a terrible person.
It's alright.
Thanks, Grog.
You did good.
Thanks, so did you.
Loud impact sound as Ukrat lands.
Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself before anything else happens. As high of a level as
for
I
it.
can, which is level 3.
Does my Song of Rest need to be during a short rest?
Yes.
We have a mansion that's like within
want
walking
the potion?
distance,
Still exists.
and if we have to, we will run.
I'm okay.
I'm gonna hand her the potion anyway after she's done healing herself.
Okay. Well, as she finishes healing herself, Ukrat step. Walks up towards the center of the room where you're standing next to her, and just kind of, pushes the currently now smoldering body of the treant to his side.
Late. Call to arms. Kind of sad I missed most of the fight. Didn't want you to miss out on all the action. Got a couple of licks in. Well, I guess this calls us even.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for joining us.
Be safe.
You too.
Wait. What will you do now? My business is my own. As is yours. I'll find my people. We'll find a home for us. Now, you've done your task. Leave before you plummet into any further unknown dangers, foolish people.
He turns around and leaps towards the opening that he carved and crawls out of it and just
From
disappears.
him, I think that was a compliment.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
It is sort of sad that we didn't catch any food.
Can
Well,
I try
there's
to
still
jump
time.
to the hole like he did?
You reach over and leap to the hole. Catch it. Yeah, it's still open. It's like pulled open and actually...
That's the way I got there.
Well, no, the hole that he pulled in was the entrance you walked in. It's the base.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you get there. You're like...
Little colonoscopy.
A little bit, yeah.
I go up to Vex and I just grab her arm and I say, "Don't let any man, or anyone for that matter, make you feel like you need them to be great. Because you don't. I'm not good with words.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
But he was an asshole.
Oh yeah, he was really, right?
And I don't want you ever dating an asshole.
Thank you.
He wasn't good enough. He was mean.
I'm gonna saunter over.
What?
We're a lot of lies, you and I.
What an asshole.
You
Jesus.
drug your friends to the
Can I walk over to Vax while they're making a show?
We keep making a show.
Quietly, I say, what was he talking about with the bloody dagger?
Sorry, Feywild interference. What was that?
No, what was he saying about the bloody dagger when he was talking to Vex?
You know, it's interesting. I understood exactly 0% of what the DM was saying when he was in character as that particular character due to the nature of Skype and microphones. So I was faking understanding the whole time and then picked it up in retrospect listening to Laura's responses. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Who's this Laura you're speaking of?
I don't know what he said.
It's okay. Fine that you didn't hear. He said nothing about a bloody dagger. Nothing at all.
We should find that dagger. No question.
Is there anything other than the bow worth looting in this terrible person since I'm rummaging through his...
Make an investigation check.
Right.
Well, let's not downplay the bow.
I've got it already.
Hey guys, I'm still trapped in the
I went over and I started pulling the vines off of him. Holy shit, Scanlan, I'm so sorry. Thank you for healing me.
Are you in vine form? Should I hit you till you
No,
turn
don't
back?
hit me. I'll sing more Spice Girls.
That was really lovely. Spice Girls is so empowering.
So you pull the vines free from as you inspect around too. The you notice that in time there's not much really of worth here. This home is mostly natural in its base. However, the slow trickle of the black oil-like substance has ceased. Most of it's grown thicker and stopped, and it just feels like the whole place went into this sudden stasis, like the slow crawl of everything nearby, the vines, everything kind of stopped moving.
We didn't kill the whole forest, did we?
I drop to my
Move
knees
it.
and do a commune with nature.
Okay.
Do I gather a different energy from the surrounding plants?
You still feel the ever-present bloom of life and life forces surrounding you entirely. You feel a wave of relaxation hitting. There is a sort of general, like, radial sigh that is slowly trickling from the center of the tree.
Do I still sense the presence of Sondor?
No.
Last question. Does the tree seem happier? What is the tree gonna do from here on out? What are you gonna do, tree? Exist. Cool. Everything seems great.
Cool. Since I got the killing blow, can I chop now?
This whole tree?
No, it's just a tree now. I think it's okay.
Yeah, now the tree just told me that it actually feels much better.
I get to
so-
chop a tree at some point.
Go, you see those trees over there?
Yeah.
We're already down.
No, I see it twitching, Grog. It's definitely twitching.
We'll
see
go to
it.
Vasselheim soon. You can cut down a lot of trees there. It's cold there. They could use the firewood.
Trees that won't take it personal.
I know that's not nearly as much fun, but it is available.
What are we talking about? Vexalia?
What?
I'm fucking curious. Pull that bowstring.
Well, I don't have it.
Toss it.
Are you sure Vexalia should get it?
I know.
Did you need it, Scanlan? Do you think
I think maybe I should get it. I fought bravely in
you
that
did?
fight.
Maybe Grog should get it. I mean, he did get the killing blow.
Scanlan, I think you would make a very good arrow for it.
I could get down with that.
If you hold it in your hand and look at it, the handle is wrapped with a very, very tight, dark brown black leather, and at the cusp of where the handle itself is and where the arrow is notched, it's this nice golden bronze cap-like metallic inlay. The rest of the arrow of the bow itself is this curved, almost deep green jungle vine type texture to it, where it almost like builds on itself like a series of natural leaf scales. And as it curves into the ends of the actual recurved bow, as you hold it, it flexes and shifts on its own. It actually looks, as you hold it, it almost seems to tighten and then relax, and then as you reach back an arrow, it goes taut and the string goes extremely tight. As you pull the arrow back, it's like no strength involved at all.
What?
It pulls back on its own, and as soon as you release, the arrow that you fire shoots off at an incredible speed, and the actual bow itself flexes with such intensity that it makes this roaring whoosh sound with each shot.
Well, that's exciting.
That's pretty badass.
You want to shoot me with it?
I want to shoot everything with it.
Do you still have muscle strength to pull it, or is it just easy peasy now?
It's kind of easy peasy. I guess anybody could pull this.
Oh, you're gonna have to start doing push-ups then.
I guess I just did something.
Here,
You can
I'm
shoot
going
me.
to use.
I'll be
I'm not going to shoot you.
Okay.
You don't know what it does.
Right here.
Look at that scar. It's beautiful.
Can we get out of this fucking tree?
You're
first?
right. We should probably get out of here, maybe.
Guys, life needs things to live.
I had not had my coffee. I was tired. There
And
was
we
no bacon.
and those things. I think we've all learned a lot today.
We've learned so much.
I hate you so much.
I walk out of the tree.
I need fresh air. I'm done.
What does it look like outside of the tree? Is the black muck still black mucky?
I mean, the whole forest is still just coated in this horrible thick liquid.
Good Sandra.
I did, but there wasn't much.
But when you approached and you inspected the tree, there was just an ever-constant flow of it, of this kind of thick molasses-type material, just slowly drifting down the tree. You look around and a lot of it seems to have stopped and is hardening, almost like an amber.
Okay.
This is good.
Yeah, at least it's not burying
No,
the forest anymore.
We did very well. Let's go home.
You guys ready to go home?
Well, do we want to, is there a reason to stay or is it time to go home?
Let's get
I
out
think
of
I've
the
seen enough
Feywild.
of the Feywild.
I'm
We
quite
could
pleased.
stop at that hut on the way out.
Now about
Never
let's
found the
The theater. What about the theater?
You know what we
Sorry,
could do?
brother, I think
you
we
know
have
what
other
we
things
could
to
do?
attend to.
Vexalia, we could go about 200 feet away from the hut, and you could just think and just see what it does.
And then we
And
just
then
shoot out of
we'll
the
shift out
Feywild.
of there.
How about no?
All right.
Do you want to climb to the top of the 200-foot tree to see what the rest of the land looks like?
Oh, someone's coming
I
out.
fly up there.
Who's
Someone's here.
You hear slow clapping from nearby.
That can't be good.
Oh no.
As you look off to the side of the tree, rounding the bend, you see a very tall and thin, chest-forward, eagle-posed, almost elf-like, but still exaggerated in the Fey-like features. Long ears that kind of curl past the head. The head itself is small with a pointed chin, the eyes almond-shaped, and wild, kind of curly orange hair like a lion that goes down to the lower back, just kind of up and large. It kind of curves up at the very tip. You see sleeveless silk vestments of blue and green billowing freely behind him as he walks up clapping.
I instantly cast Cure Wounds on myself again.
All right.
At a level 3. There.
How much do you heal?
13 plus 8 is 25?
There you go, 25.
No, that's wrong.
Bravo,
21.
everyone.
Who is this?
Bravo to each and every one of you. It's been fun to watch. You know, get so disinterested in these lands, and I have to say, I'm impressed. Well, I wish to say adieu. Good luck on your journeys.
Who are you?
But I am a simple wanderer. An individual who sees the landscape for artistic benefit.
I knew it.
But I'm glad to have made your acquaintance. It definitely made these past few days absolutely devoid of boredom at the very least. And filled my sketchbook.
Garmili?
It's one of one names. I prefer Artagan. But, Garmili suits needs here and there. I go by many names and many
I knew I
interesting...
should have asked for that portrait.
What are you?
I'm afraid the time for questions is done, as your journey has come to an end.
I knew there was something.
And I have to be out of here quickly as
I cast Odaluk's on him.
And I cast Hold Person at the same time.
What?
Nice, yeah.
No! Oh!
What is he?
All
Who
right.
is he? What is he?
What's the DC?
Hold it, Marissa.
19?
You just hold
19.
it.
I didn't pull up the cone.
Like a god?
Right. So, the sphere appears around his form. However, Keyleth, your spell does not seem to take any sort of hold on him. As it forms around him, he's still just standing there, unmoved, hands clasped. That's adorable. So, where to now? Where's your journey taking you? I take it this was not your only purpose. Where's your next destination?
We left an empty grave inside. It's got your name on it if you don't talk.
We go home. And we kill a dragon.
Good. They are fickle creatures. They need to be taught a lesson.
Any tips?
Don't be eaten. Do not, misunderstand their intelligence. Some are more bestial. Some are more together. Anyway, if you... I'd like to get on with my day.
Wait, one last thing. What is this statue that you tried to steal from me?
Nice.
Oh, that's a companion. You're welcome to keep him with you. I just figured since I was leaving you soon, I'd have someone to wander at my side as well.
A companion? What does that mean?
Yes.
Does he come to life?
With the right words, yes.
What are
What's
those
the
words?
Well, take some time with it. You'll learn them soon enough.
You know, for someone who hates the theater, you've made quite a show of all of this.
Oh man, that was the 10.
That's good. That's good, Keelan.
Yep.
Touche, Keith. Touche. But no, seriously, I fucking hate the theater. You avoided the other one, right?
The hag?
Hag.
The hut.
Three.
The hut.
Oh,
The hut?
The hut, yes. You avoided the hut?
She's not a hag.
She's many things. She's not a hag. She's, an ex.
Oh.
Anyway, if you don't mind.
One question.
Now you grow boring and dreary. I hate boredom.
Do you stay on this plane or do you come with us?
No, I stay on this plane.
All right.
Unless I decide to come with you. But that's on my own volition. And probably when you least expect it.
All right.
Good day to you, Puck. Good day.
What's your name again?
Ah, well, Otagan.
Artagan.
Thanks for the fun.
Thanks for the art.
Thanks for the memories. Ah, memories.
You know, at some point you should ask yourself why we didn't just kill you and why we were there the whole time.
What, do you think I didn't let you find me? Do you think you could have killed me if you wanted?
Artagan, did you know Sandor?
I know of Sandor, yes.
Did you know Sorodin?
Who?
Sorodin the Happy?
Zoradin, I did not know. I was aware of the enchantment left behind. But who am I to lead a horse to water when you are so eager to drink yourself?
It was great fun.
That it was. It was great fun. But alas,
All right.
I have a feeling we'll meet you again.
I hope so. It does get ever so boring.
All right. I'll release this sphere on one condition.
Yes?
I
No?
believe you have a quill that belongs to us. Just a single writing imp. We lent it to you. We want it back.
It kind of appears in his hand. I'll be happy to give it to you, but I'm apparently trapped in a sphere of magic.
All right. I'll let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bax, was this yours?
It was your raven feather. Nice.
All right. Travel safe. Stay alive. And, maybe visit. If you get lonely. And he gives a deep bow and just kind of vanishes in a...
He was fucking...
Dear God, let's get out of here before
I
something
really
else
liked
happens.
him.
Everyone hold hands and say kumbaya.
All right. Let's go. Plane back to our
We
plane.
don't want to see the X?
No.
No.
I've dealt with enough scorned lovers for one day.
People get bitchy out here.
Man.
Where are we popping in?
I guess Whitestone?
What are
Whitestone.
we
Yeah.
doing? We're warping out?
Yeah.
Warping out.
Say bye to the
Hold your
Fae.
hands up, brother. We're holding your hands.
Yeah, but I'm tangling my fingers up, if she'll let me, with Keela.
Oh.
Gross.
I let go.
Ew.
All right.
Take his hand.
And say, just quietly to the side. You know, you've been pretty fucking amazing lately.
I say,
Usual.
you haven't been quite bad yourself. And then we go to Whitestone.
Whitestone. The transition takes place. You all feel the breath fill your lungs as all your momentum is shot through, but a step forward and you catch yourself standing outside of the Sundry in the center of Whitestone's main area. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.